Chris Mitchell is boundary side, and very shortly Blake Panthers will join us right here as we're about to bring you this good contest on O&M Live this afternoon. How freaky. Just to repeat for those who have just tuned in to O&M Live this afternoon, who you'll be catching up with on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, for the Lavington Panthers today, we've got Jake O'Brien, Tommy Hargraves, as we touched on. Conditions will probably suit him today as the big bull in the midfield for him. Sean Driscoll, Billy Glanville, who just keeps racking up stats, and Sam Hopper off the halfback line for the Lavy. For North-Albury, we've got Tim Broomhead, obviously the newly appointed coach for the next 3 years. Clay Thomas, Julian Hayes, who just keeps racking up touches. Over 30 disposals a game he averages this year. Archie Gardner and Jackson Wiedemann, obviously, as we touched on again in the pre-game. Lukey in from Port Melbourne for the week.
Yeah, beautiful, freaky. We'll go down and catch up with Chris Mitchell. Hopefully Chris can pick us up in the centre, or virtually the heart of a Lavington sports ground. Mitchie, what are the conditions like out there?
Absolutely horrible, Lukey. You just keep turning the heater up in the box there, boy. Yeah, don't worry about me on the boundary. It's coming down sideways. It's freezing. Yeah, let's hope it's a good game of footy because nothing else is going for this day, I'll tell you.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. What about the coin toss? What's the story?
Didn't even see it. I don't know if they've done it or not, but it looks like they're going to their respective sides. So, I don't know. I didn't even see one. Did you?
I did see Chris, but I didn't see a winner. But it looks like that Lavington are going towards the canteen, and for the game, obviously looks like Grady Nish, who normally plays in the back half, and Sam Azai for North-Albury are at the scoreboard end, Lukey.
Yeah, so Zach Bernetti out in the middle of the ground. That's right. So North-Albury heading towards the Hannah Street end, and Jack Driscoll in the ruck is facing towards the scoreboard end. That's right. So not far off getting it on here. We'll welcome in Panthers. Blake, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Luke. Good afternoon, Freaky. Thank you very much. Now, looking forward to this big game, a big week for North-Albury. You know, two great announcements with Emily Brown taking on as the A-grade coach next year and Tim Broomhead signing on for 3 years. So they're up and about, and hopefully they put in a really, really good show today. As the umpire holds the footy aloft, here's Lukey Francis for McRae Motors and Blacklocks Wodonga and their LD Vans. First quarter action between the Panthers and the Hoppers.
Yep, here we go. Panthers and Hoppers underway at the sports ground. Out of the middle, Hargrave left foot and straight in the hands of Jackson Wiedemann early and goes short to Hayes in the square. So the Hoppers with possession early in this footy game, and then puts it on the right foot to virtually centre half forward. Ball ends up with Archie Gardner at ground level. O'Brien goes in, scooped it up to a net for the Panthers. And then the Hoppers have marked it on half back and they win possession again, Blake Escott.
Yeah, it's Tom Sharp. Not the greatest of kick by Sharp. He tried to bite off a little bit more than he can chew. And the Panthers chop it up in the middle of the ground through Ben Ashley Cooper. He comes out wide. Look at that beautiful mullet from Hamish Gilmore. He's a good size. He's on centre wing and he sends the Panthers inside forward 50. Coming out there was Hannah. Off hands, Wiedemann over the footy. Didn't give away a free kick. Sliding in there was Ramage. He's probably got to get rid of it. Umpire says ball up inside the forward 50 there for the Lavington Panthers. So we've gone around a minute on the Albury GJ Gardner-Holmes time clock. No score here between the Panthers and the Hoppers.
Yes, stoppage. Hannah Bernetti. Hannah got the best of it. Glanville read it beautifully. Off to Hargrave. Just spits a hand pass out. Goody though. Nearly caught one high. Umpire said play on. Flynn Gardner after the ball. Out of bounds. Just adjacent to the scoreboard. In fact, it's out on the full.
Yeah.
And Ben Ashley Cooper's going to take the kick here, Blake.
He is. He plays on straight away. Doesn't muck around. Tied up against the boundary. In towards the Hannah direction. And that's a great mark out the back there by Grady Nish. In defence for the Hoppers, who's been pretty good all year. He plays on dangerously and then he has to just clear the zone. It's a nice looking kick out of defence, but it's going to come straight back because the Panthers there. Harlan, what a year he's having off half back. Chops it off, plays on, wheels around on that beautiful left foot, sends it in towards Hannah again. Cook just darts out the back. The ball's pinballing around about 15 metres around from the Panthers goal. And it looks like we're going to have another ball up 30 metres out from Lavington goal. So repeat inside 50s, Lukey Francis. 2 minutes gone on the Albury GJ Gardner-Holmes time clock. No score here between the Panthers and the Hoppers.
Yeah, that's it. Opening turn brought to you by Blacklocks Wodonga. So ball at ground level now. Both teams fighting away for it. Bernetti gets one out to Nish. And then the hand pass comes out and the Hoppers drive it up towards the centre of the ground. Norman takes the mark. Now Carter Turns around quickly. What's he got on? Panthers have got back well in defence, so he goes short and across the ground to Archie Gardner. Let's go to Brad Freak for the first time today on the 40-wing stat sheet. What do you got there for us, Freaky?
Yeah, a couple of early touches to Tommy Hargraves and Julian Hayes for the Hoppers, and 3 inside 50s early for Lavy.
A little shower sweeps across the Panthers ground as well. We'll go to Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newey. How's the showers out there, Chriso?
Yeah, it's pretty average conditions, but I think the ball's going to spend a fair bit of time on the ground, so both sides are going to have to be pretty clean below their knees, Panda.
Interesting kick by Gilmore. Had to kick it backwards. It was a good tackle there by the Hoppers. Julian Hayes, was he grabbed without it? Umpire said he was. Free kick here in a dangerous position for the Hoppers. Julian Hayes, by the way, today, lads, going to play on ball. So usually half back, but he's going to play on ball. He's had COVID all week and he only got out of isolation today.
There you go. So some great information thanks to Blake Escott. And Hayes has got it. So an athlete, this guy, real footballer. What will he do, Hayes? He's about 60 out at the moment. He's on the broadcast side as he thumps it towards the top of the goal square or just ahead of it. And the ball's down the back now, along the ground, out of bounds, next to the point post at the Hannah Street end, and we'll have a boundary throw-in as we go to Brad Freak again on the 40-wing stats.
Yeah, third touch there early for Julian Hayes. For North-Albury, Tom Hargraves has had 3 as well. He's the leading disposal getters on the 40-wing stat sheet.
First quarter action for Blacklocks in Wodonga. Broomhead in the long sleeve. There's a few out there for the Hoppers in the long sleeve. Broomhead goes in, wins it again, gets a quick snap away. Will it fall for Norman? It will. Another one in the long sleeves, and Carter Norman takes a nice sliding mark. Probably 20 metres out. You'd think Chris O run around and snap this one tight in the pocket.
Yeah, I reckon he will snap, and the Lavington side is pretty aware of that too. So just guarding the territory there, but bit of a tough angle, and but not much distance to speak of, so it'll be interesting.
He's kicked multiple goals in 9 games, has Carter Norman. 24 goals for the season, so he's a goal kicker. Doesn't decide to go with the snap. It was a drop punt. It was a shocker across the face of goal. Gilmore dropped what he should have marked. Interesting option all around. Gilmore spilt the chesty, and Carter Norman, Freaky, didn't even make the distance.
No, he certainly didn't, but good forward pressure there by Callum Patterson to get the next stoppage inside the North-Albury's forward 50, give him another opportunity here. I like the start from him, plenty of pressure on the ball and just getting it nice and long and direct.
Yeah, that's right. So they really are pressing at that Hannah Street end. Newton couldn't get his hands on it. Driscoll had a hack at it. Ball still at bootlace, level up now to Marsh, who quickly gets a rush, kick out towards the edge of the 50. Hoppers and Panthers both go at it, and tearing through Marsh again, did well, but then he's brought down, and the umpire said, you're gone. So the Hoppers will win it back. So this is good. And
Hayes has been busy early, hasn't he, guys?
He has. And then he handballs up to Azai, and Azai loads up with a high kick, heading towards the goal square. One, Ben Ashley Cooper intercepts and then gets it out, and they come a wide kick out of defence, Blake Escott.
Yeah, Garland, it was out of defence. As I flew in for the Hoppers, it's in the hands of Wiedemann. Probably didn't get rid of that. Yep, caught holding the ball. Great tackle there by Cook for the Panthers. So 5 minutes gone on the Albury GJ Gardner-Holmes time clock. No score still here at the Lavington Sports Ground between the Panthers and the Hoppers. As I tried to intercept at half back, Nish, he's almost caught holding the ball. Umpire says play on Kennett. Good hand pass out to Azai, and he goes down the line for the Hoppers, and now it's with Campbell. A beautiful kick on centre wing, and he plays on to Wiedemann.
He does, and then Wiedemann gets it on the left foot, down towards the edge of the 50, their attacking end, but Annette's taken the mark for the Panthers, and the switch is on. So he goes to Nick Newton, and he's got some room to move Newton if he wants to play on. He holds it up and goes to Harlan inside the centre square, so they're at truce and a half back, the Panthers. And they work it out to this side. Look at Garland. He's got a paddock out here. He's on the half-forward flank, so they've come from one side to the other, looking for O'Brien. Wide kick. He's got to try and make it. Doesn't. Ball out of bounds just up at the scoreboard. Still no score as we work up towards the 7-minute mark on the Albury GJ Gardner-Holmes time clock. Here's Blake Escott from McRae Motors.
Yeah, first quarter action for Blacklocks in Wodonga between the Panthers and the Hoppers. Will go around the ground soon. Couple other games, Freaky, for Mr. Stove's Pool World, and of course Chase of Ray White Rural netball update as well. A good game in the netball. North-Albury trying to get into finals, and of course Lavington, well, they're flag contenders in the netball. Goody just clears it out of the zone for the Hoppers. Harlan stood underneath it, couldn't mark. Going in there was Moshe Thomas. Grab without it. Umpire call play on. Goody spinning and weaving out of traffic. Done well. Found a spare man there, Moshe Thomas. A low dribbling kick down the line, but it's going to work out here for Lavington. They got numbers, and it goes to Marsh. Dangerous kick in ball, but it might work out here through Garland. He has to get a quick handball away. Wiedemann wins it back for the Hoppers, and it's now in the hands of Kennett.
So Kennett, he tried to find Campbell, 2 bites, and then got brought down, and the umpire said, yep, didn't have it. So Campbell with the ball here, the Hoppers, out wide to Tim Broomhead. Great news, signing this guy for 3 years, and then sends it forward. And then missed Hayden Cooper, went beyond his head. Carter Norman off the ground and hit the behind post. It's out on the full. And the Panthers will win it back through Nick Newton at the Hannah Street end. So we're working up towards the 8-minute mark. Opening term here on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. Let's go boundary side. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, the sun's starting to come out, so that's pretty promising, guys. But yeah, just a really clean, hard-fought game so far. It's not going to be too many overhead marks, so territory's the key early on, I think.
Hello to you if you're watching on O&M Optus TV on your couch at home, rugged up, or if you're listening on 1494 2AY. It's Panda Escott, Luke Francis, Brad Freet and Chris Mitchell with you as the Panthers work it down the Velodrome wing. Now it's in the hands of Ashley Cooper. Went to ground but was able to get a hand pass as the Panthers put it on the boot into attack. Standing underneath that one there was Jack Driscoll. Off hands. He gets it back though, the boy from Euron Creek. And the Panthers kick it inboard to a dangerous position. Well done there by Azai with a clearing fist. 20 metres. It cleared the defensive 50. Pattinson went in hard there for the Hoppers. Here's a chance for Cook. Off a step. And it's not going to make the distance. Well, it does. It's through for a point, though. So, boys, 9 minutes gone, and we finally got our first score. It's a point to the Lavington Panthers. That, of course, is on the Steel Line scoreboard. We've gone 9 minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock.
Yeah, that's right, Blake. So one solitary point. Freaky, what do we got on the 40-wing stat sheet?
Yeah, 7 inside 50s early to Lavy, to 4 for North Albury. Jackson Wiedemann up to 3 disposals for the Hoppers, and Billy Glanville and Tom Hargroves had 3 each for the Panthers.
And Jackson Wiedemann, disappointed in that kick. Wasn't his best effort coming out of the fullback position. And he's missed his teammate. And the ball's gone out of bounds. So we'll have a boundary throw in here. About 60 out from the Panthers' goal. Scoreboard end, and it comes. Far side, Hannah versus Benetti. And Broomhead ends up with it. Got dispossessed. Sweeping hand pass. Gaffney after it. So too is Archie Gardner working for it. Thomas scoops it up off the deck, but there's 2 Panthers out the back. Harlan was one of them. And then Glanville just slams it on the boot. Wiedemann couldn't take it. Cook got wheeled around. Hennessy goes in. Garland. And, well, scrappy footy. We'll see a bit of this today. And then Harlan has another crack at it. Benetti, Campbell. In fact, that was Thomas. And then Goody. Gee, Panda, have a look at this. The players just tearing in.
They are indeed, and we've got a ball up. Chris Mitchell, probably 60 metres around from the Panthers' goal.
Yeah, it's probably about the 50th so far, isn't it, guys? I think there's going to be a lot of ball ups. The umpires are going to be busy with that. So many stoppages today.
Lavington 1, North Albury 0. 10 minutes gone in the opening term, and the umpire, non-officiating one, has found a free kick here to North Albury.
This will be 52.
End of 50. Talk us through that one, Chris, boundary side for the Newey.
Yeah, well, hard to see what the free kick was for, but the Lavington player just booted it towards the goals about 50 metres away, so it was a clear 50, and yeah, big advantage, and we'll see if North Albury can get their first score on the board.
And it was a late time to kick the ball too. The play had stopped, and then the Lavington player decided to kick the ball about 4 or 5 seconds after the free had been given. It was just a silly mistake to make today when ground is going to be so precious.
So Archie Gardner did win the June Rising Star. He's a good boy, is Archie Gardner. Goes really short. That can't be 15, but the umpire's paid it anyway. Goes to his brother, and Gardner lowers the eyes. That's poor checking by the Panthers because they had a lot of time with that 50-metre free kick to man up, and they found Pattinson 45 metres out directly in front. Chris, he'd probably normally have the distance here on a dry day.
Yeah, that's right, and it might test him a little bit in these conditions, slippery ball, but yeah, pretty poor marking. Lavington had heaps of players behind the ball, but just they picked him apart with a couple of chip kicks, and that's probably the way to go, I reckon, going into the 50 today.
So Callum Pattinson will kick from every bit of 45, and yeah, that distance does worry him. Does it make it? Cooper in a good one-on-one contest down there. It's picked up here by Bradbury. He goes back, and the Hoppers go inboard looking for Pattinson once again. Well defended there by Lavington. Penny's wrapped up. In fact, it's Gardner down there on the bottom of the pack. But the Hoppers got a ball up inside their 50. 12 minutes gone. Lavington 1, North Albury 0.
Yeah, opening turn brought to you by Blacklocks. Wodonga. Now Hannah got the ball down. Hargrave working hard. Garland goes in. Pattinson's got him wrapped up. Umpire again will take it. So another stoppage. 1494 2AY. You're listening to O&M Live this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the vision. If you're watching on the live stream, quick kick out of the pack by Penny. Bouncing ball. And then working back there is Harlan, left foot, hurry kick, out of defensive 50. Flynn Gardner had a couple of cracks at it. Hargrave it ends up with for the Panthers. Hennessy, now Curley, wheels around, did well. Now he's got to get the hand pass away. Ashley Cooper's got it. He gets swung around. Ramage, O'Brien, and now Gilmore, and then back to O'Brien. So the Panthers get out and they come to Garland.
They do indeed. Garland, the veteran, marks, and he plays on that beautiful left foot kick. Inboard, Driscoll made a contest, but he's given away a free kick. Tom Sharp has won a free kick here for the Hoppers, and he just hand passes it straight away. Interestingly, hit a great Inish, and that's not a good kick. Through the hands of Gilmore. That's a couple he's dropped now. Garland tries to tap it to the advantage of a teammate there. Went in very, very hard. Well done there by Hayes for the Hoppers. Garland shovels one forward to Gilmore. Great hands to Hargrave, and the Panthers go inside 50. Hennessy, he's dangerous in this position. Driscoll tried to just tap it forward. Alba's running onto it. Great tackle there by North-Albury. Here's a chance for Hargrave on the left. Doesn't make the distance, and Nish cuts it off for the Hoppers on the last line. Still no goal in this first quarter. We've gone 13 minutes on the Albury JJ Gardner Homes time clock. And here's Luke Francis for McRae Motors.
Yeah, that's it. So no major. As we work up towards the halfway mark of the opening term here, Hargrave, nice delivery to Albers. That's good. And Albers takes the mark, 25 out from home. Scoreboard end. And finally, the Panthers get a good look on goals. We go boundary side, Newmarket Hotel. Here's Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, Hargrave's a very good user of the ball, and he only found a little bit of space there for Albers to lead into, but nice overhead mark, got it on the second cherry, and you think he'd probably dob this not far out on a pretty good angle.
Yeah, sharpshooter this guy, Miles Albers. You'd have to mark him down for this one. As difficult as it is today for Greasy Ball. Look at that, steers it straight through the middle, and the Panthers get their first goal of the afternoon. So 1-1-7 plays North-Albury yet to score as he work up to the 14 and a half minute mark on the Albury J Gardner Homes time clock. Here's Brad Freak on the 40-wing stat sheet.
11 inside 50s to 5 in favour of the Lavington Panthers in this first quarter. Tom Hargraves as well is up to 6 disposals for the Panthers. On the North-Albury side of thing, Clay Thomas, Jackson Wiedemann and Julian Hayes have all had 4 disposals. If we go around the grounds for Mr Stove's Pool World and the other games in the Ovens and Murray, Wangaratta out to a 6-point lead against Myrtleford, 13-7, and Wangaratta Rovers 2-point lead against the Wodonga Bulldogs, 3-1, both early in those games respectively.
So the Panthers have had to go and fetch their own pill. Timmy Hanna, the big fella at the back there, has had to go and get the ball, and it's a long way back here for these umpires, so the restart's going to take a little bit here. On 1494 2AY's O&M Live and O&M Optus TV as well. So Albers, what an addition he's been for Adam Schneider and the Lavington Panthers. He's kicked 19 goals now for the year.
Just been a big target for him in front of goals as well. And they've been pretty consistent, but yeah, just getting some really good value out of him this season.
So Will McLean in the ruck there for the Hoppers and Driscoll for the Panthers as they edge it forward. It's inside 50. Cook comes out and meets it. He's got options inboard. It's Glanville. Got to get rid of it. Big crunching tackle there. What a great goal-saving tackle that was by Will McLean for North-Albury. Back in for his first game since playing against the Wangaratta Rovers and a nasty ankle injury, and he made his presence known there. It's in the hands of Azai on true centre wing. Lavington 1-1-7, North-Albury yet to score. That's on the steel line scoreboard. We've gone 16 in the first quarter.
Sam Azai, they might go out in the full, will it? Right on the line, and the umpire said it was touched out of bounds, so he will have a boundary throw in. Just right as centre wing here.
I really like North-Albury's pressure early in this game, boys. I don't know how you guys see, but both teams are cracking in really hard. But North-Albury really putting a lot of effort in. Probably had a fair few opportunities to hit the scoreboard early, but haven't been able to take it so far.
Yeah, agree. That's Brad Freak. Thanks to 40 Winks this afternoon. Goody on to Hayes, and then left foot, high ball inside 50. Good contest. Nick Newton over the top for the Panthers. Got it off to Bevan, and then Bevan steers one to the outer side. Good hit. Gets Jake O'Brien, and then he goes with about a 25-metre kick down the line to Miles Albers. So left of centre wing, far side. What will Miles do? He's got a bit of time. Inboard to Cook. So this is nice delivery in these conditions. Now, Aiden, he puts a high ball up towards the top of the goal square. 1-on-1. Hannah, nice mark against Nish. Yep, that was fantastic. And it almost looked like Nish at one stage had him by one arm. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket. Nice forward craft.
Nish couldn't do much more than, to spoil that one. But, big Hannah put the basket out and just came down, clunked the ball, and he's coming back for a shot at goal. A bit of a tight angle, but looks like he's dobbed it, boys.
Yeah, Tim's got it all right. So the Panthers get their second, and they shoot out to 2-1-13 on the Steel Line scoreboard. Albury, GJ Gardner Holmes time clock is almost gone. 18 minutes as we go to Freaky on the 40 wing stats.
Yeah, that last play there for Lavington, just nice and clean in these wet conditions. Obviously had O'Brien down the wing to Cook, and Cook found Hannah in there. Just too strong for Grady Nish in that forward half. Lavington really deserved these few goals they've been able to kick on there. 13 inside 50s to 6 in this first term on the 40 wing stat sheet. The ball's really started to live in their forward half, and they've been able to take advantage of it in their last few opportunities.
The difference at the moment, boys, is if you look down there at the Lavington Panthers forward line, you've got Cook and Hannah, a bit of height, and then if you look at the North-Albury forward 50, and Chris, so it's probably just breaking down there at half forward.
Yeah, definitely. It certainly is, and making the most of their limited chances they've had so far. Obviously, the Panthers 3 scoring shots to 0 at the moment.
I reckon a key forward will be on Tim Broomhead's wish list as he takes over next year. 3-year deal signed during the week. Hayes gets a clearing kick out of the clearance. Ball pinballing around on true centre wing. Well done by Bradbury. Able to shake and bake, and he goes back to Gardner, who goes to his brother Archie. He's got an option in ball he likes. It's Hayes. Ignores the run there from Gardner. Inside 50. Coming out and meeting that one was Norman. Not able to gather it there was Campbell, and the Panthers are going to work it out of defence through Nick Newton. We go to Lukey Francis for McRae Motors. Opening quarter, Lavington 2-1-13. North-Albury yet to score.
Curly, ordinary kick. Along the ground, Albers, he's underneath. Yeah, Thomas, the umpire calls for it.
Boundary throw-in, I think, Lukey.
Yeah, we will have it. So, out on the outer side.
Hard to see out there.
Yeah, that was McLean that was over this top. So, ball comes back into play now. Driscoll and also McLean. Broomhead, 1 grab, 2 grabs at it, and a quick little kick. And then going in, the Hoppers fighting away at ground level. Penny. Try to get it up to Goody. It was Paul. Goody goes again. And the Hoppers now thump it in forward. This is an entry, a high one. Pack goes up. And then Pattinson gets it off to Norman. Right foot snap. Wayward.
Lost his boot as well, boys.
Yeah, he did. And that's gone out of bounds on the full as we go down to you, Chris. Yeah, for the Newmarket Hotel.
I haven't seen that all season, so I nearly kicked the boot as far as he kicked the footy. But, nice spot for a stoppage there. Just near the North-Albury goal there. But they need one just to keep their hopes alive in this first quarter. Haven't been blown away by any stretch. And, just taking up to the Panthers at the moment. But haven't had many shots at goal.
Inside 50 numbers, Freaky?
Yeah, it's 13 for Lavington to 8 for North-Albury. So they've had their opportunities, but just haven't been able to take advantage of it.
As I flew high on true centre wing. Ball spills here to the speedy Driscoll. Nice looking kick down the line. Hannah, what about that for agility from a big boy? Goes in a great second effort as well. Tried to hand pass it free. Wiedemann fighting at ground level for the Hoppers. Here's Kennett. Not sure he disposed of that one. In fact, he's going to win himself a free kick. Interestingly there, Chriso for the Newmarket
Hotel. I don't know if I
Hotel.
agree with that one. I would have just thrown it in. But anyway, he's got a free kick and he's kicked it out on the full.
He's turned it over, Lukey. Not a great kick there from Jesse Kennett. And Hamish Gilmore's going to bring this one back in for the Panthers. They lead by 13 points as we tick up towards the 20th minute mark here in this first quarter.
And Gilmore winds up and sends it forward for the Panthers. And the pack goes up. Curly tried to rove it, came off his hands. He goes again, palms one off, right foot along the ground, got it. Great goal. And I tell you what, we'll put that down to a Sunjan goal of the day too, because I don't know if we'll see as many, clever goals as that today. Well done to Curly. Had a second bite at it. Chris Mitchell, as we go back down to you, that was a beauty.
Yeah, had a pretty good view of it actually behind the Curly there. He's having a great season and just really crafty forward player there. Just kicked it along the ground and dribbled it through on these conditions. Going to go straight through.
As Panda touched on before, if you look at the two forward halves, obviously Lavington have got the big options down there with Timmy Hannah resting ruckman or Miles Alba. Just bring
To him, and he looked like he was a bit sort of shaky. I don't know if he copped a head knock, but we'll keep an eye on that one. He's physically looks all right, but just sucking in some deep breaths at the moment.
3-1-19 Lavington. North-Albury yet to score in this first quarter. 22 gone. On the Steel Line scoreboard, Kennett Wins it back for the Hoppers. It might work out all right here. His rush kickers land in the arms of Luke Boothie. He comes out broadcast wing to Flynn Gardner. He's got Broomhead running for him. Doesn't use him. Goes inside 50 instead. Pattinson forced a contest. Campbell tried to hand pass it to a teammate. It was intercepted by Bevan. Hopper now. Oh, look at that for a switch. Beautiful kick across
great
goals.
Vision, wasn't it?
Yeah, great vision. And Garland marks in his own Garland marks in his own defence here for the Panthers. They lead by 19 points. And here's Lukey Francis in this first quarter for Blacklocks in Wodonga on O&M Live.
And he goes to Marsh, Panda, and then Marsh just sent it out to centre wing with a big kick. Albers, nice tap on to O'Brien. Didn't get him in time, though. Ball out of bounds. True centre wing on the far side as we go around the grounds. Freaky for Mr. Stowe's Poolwell.
Yeah, and the other games in the Ovens and Murray at the moment. Myrtleford have a 1-point lead against Wangaratta, 14-13. Wodonga Bulldogs have a 3-point lead against Wangaratta Rovers, 8-5, halfway through the first quarter there in both of those games.
In it comes again, far side. Hannah, Benetti over the top, then down to Hargraves, so he was able to snavel it on nice mark from Nish. Umpire says play on that, must have been touched. Cook tried to have a crack at him, and then Flynn, and then back to Nish, and then on to Joel Robertson, and they get out of trouble, and Benetti's in the clear now. Blake Escott.
He is, big boy Benetti. Great agility. They link up well here, North-Albury. It's in the hands of Penny on that far wing. Goes inside 50, looking for Pattinson. Once again outsized by Butler. And it spills out of bounds for a throw-in 50 metres around from North-Albury's goal. They'd love a late one here, Chryso, up towards the 24th minute mark in this first quarter.
Yeah, they certainly need one. 19-0 at the moment, but you haven't been blown away. Sharp looks like he's going to come back on, which is good news. Was looking at the inside of his mouth, so might have copped one to the jaw.
Yeah, that's it, Panda. I dearly love a major here to the Hannah Street end, the green and gold, because what's the inside 50s again, Freaky, on the 40-wing stat sheet?
15 for Lavy to 10 for North-Albury in this first quarter.
Yeah, so it's not a massive discrepancy. They just really need to capitalise. Okay, and a turnover here on half-back. In fact, a free kick.
It's a good tackle from Driscoll on Kennett, really ran him down.
And it's that spot, isn't it? Again, half forward. It's just breaking down for North-Albury at the
And
moment.
Sean goes to the outer side.
He does. Pack forms out there on the Velodrome wing. Going in hard was Robertson, but he left the footy behind. Hannah kicks it in towards the direction there of Albers, who flew. Hayes farms it out to Wiedemann, who just stood off the pack. Wants to come inboard with an aggressive kick. Oh, bit off a little bit. Would have worked out all right for Goody, but it went over his head, and the Panthers likewise do the same. Trying to go inside forward 50. Gaffney, he's got pace. Just works it into a little bit of space there for O'Brien. Left foot dribbler. Albers, can he get it on the boot? He can't. Great goal-saving tackle there by Grady Nish. And Grady, well, you can run it across. He's been pinged for a throw. Talk us through that, Chris Mitchell.
It was just very strange. He should have run it over the line, but he tried to keep it in, and he's just thrown it to himself as he was getting tackled. So, yeah, free kick right on the goal line here for Lavington.
He threw it around the post. I reckon Jack Higgins kicked goal of the year like that for
right.
Richmond.
Yeah.
And people argued that should have been given as a throw. And if you're listening on 1494 2AY, exactly the same just happened as Hennessy. Well, his snap is not a goal. So that was a bit of a layoff there for North-Albury. So Hennessy couldn't make him pay. 3-2-20 Lavington. North-Albury yet to score. That's on the Steel Line scoreboard. 25 gone in this first quarter for Blacklocks in Wodonga.
Jackson Wiedemann from fullback strolls out to the outer side. Look at that for a kick. With that, well, I reckon a pretty wet Sharon at the moment. But it's been marked by Jack Driscoll, so it's going to be coming back for the Panthers as we work up over the 26-minute mark here on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. Opening term, Panthers versus the Hoppers. In it comes, the entry, and great mark by Nish.
Playing well.
Defensively.
It's certainly coming in a fair bit at the moment.
Yeah, well done. Just a great clutch in these conditions.
So the boy from Yak just clears the zone. Driscoll again takes front position. The Hoppers get on the boot and work it down the line. Bevan tries to intercept there by the Panthers. This is good pressure here by North-Albury. Goody found a hand pass to Bradbury. Penny was met hard in a big tackle there. And he's been caught holding the ball by Tommy Hargrave. It's a free kick to Lavington on true centre wing. They lead by 20. 26 gone in this first quarter as Hargrave sends the Panthers into attack again. And there you have it, the opening quarter done and dusted. North-Albury had their chances, but Lavington probably owned that first quarter and were a little bit cleaner. And they're going to take a 20-point lead into quarter time. 3-2-20. lead North-Albury, yet to score in that first quarter. We'll go around the grounds with Brad Freak soon on O&M Live. You won't miss a thing.
GoTave is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTave is the place for you.
GoTave is leading,
inspiring,
hands-on,
flexible, fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit. 0.0% alcohol? This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onwards, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care! I love
it! The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan. With a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY. We're your local.
On 2AY. Welcome back, everyone, to the Lavington Sports Ground, the Panthers and the Hoppers. And at the first break, it is the Lavington Panthers 3-20, leading to North-Albury, who are yet to score. Let's go to Freaky and see what's happening on the 40-wing stat sheet. How'd it go on the first term, Freaky? Let's tell us.
Yeah, in that first quarter, the inside 50 count for Lavington was heavily in favour of them, 18-10 in favour of the Panthers, as we touched on there. But North-Albury definitely had their chances throughout that first quarter. If we look at the stats, player stats in that first term on the 40-wing stat sheet, Tom Hargraves had 8 disposals for Lavington, 5 for Billy Glanville and 4 to Jake O'Brien. On the North-Albury side of things, much more even across their midfield group. Julian Hayes, who's just a genuine ball winner for him, up to 8 disposals in that first quarter. Jackson Wiedemann, who's back this week from Port Melbourne, had 7 disposals in the first quarter, and Clay Thomas had 5 in that first term as well. If we have a look at the Optus quarters best for the first term, for Lavington, Tommy Hargraves in the middle there, who's outstanding. And Jack Harland, I thought, across the half-back line was really, really strong for him as well. The North Albury side of things, Julian Hayes was the one, he was outstanding for them. And Sam Azar across the half-back line was really, really good as well. If we have a look around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Pool World as well, and the other Ovens and Murray games at the moment, we said in the pre-game it was going to be pretty wet and miserable up at Myrtleford, but it hasn't stopped the scoring in the first quarter up there. Wayne Magpies a 4-point lead, 26-22. And in the other game of the WJ Finlay Oval between the Rovers and the Wodonga Bulldogs have a 2-point lead at quarter time, 8-6.
Yeah, very shortly we'll cross down to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket boundary side. Panda Julian Hayes, he was terrific, wasn't he, in that opening term?
Yeah, he was indeed. I mean, a week in isolation with COVID as well, and I saw him this morning, and he rolled out. I said, "Gee whiz, Julian, you look a bit stiff, mate." He said, "I've just got out of isolation. I've had COVID all week." But you wouldn't have picked that in that first quarter. As we do go boundary side to Chris Mitchell now for the Newmarket Hotel. How were the huddles at quarter time?
Yeah, I spent most of the time at North Albury, and Corey Lambert was speaking there, and he was pretty happy with the troops, happy with the pressure. He just said it's breaking down across half forward, which is no surprise. Just need to move it a little bit quicker because it's allowing Lavington to get the numbers behind the ball.
Yeah, second turn brought to you by Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. Players almost set here, just waiting for the crowd to disperse on the outer side. A few spectators slowly making their way towards the boundary side. Freaky, what have we got, mate?
Yeah, if we go to netball update for Ray White, Rural in the game before here between North Albury and Lavington. Lavington with a 2-point victory there, 42-40. In the other games at the moment, Wayne Magpies too strong for Myrtleford, 46-22. Wodonga Bulldogs out with a 2-point lead early against the Rovers.
Here we go. Here's Blake Escott from McRae Motors on O&M Live.
Second quarter action underway for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. Billy Glanville, what a player he's been, the boy from Turvey Park for the Panthers. Sends him inside 50. Was a grubber kick off the ground. Gardner for the Hoppers. Wins it, gives it to Kennett on his right foot. It's coming straight back, though, through Hopper. Well done there by Cook. Forced a contest and then applied a good tackle on Kennett. Could have been holding the ball. Driscoll got a quick kick away. Kennett missed his boot for the Hoppers as he tried to clear it. Albers, he picks it up and sends a little quick snap. Azai in defence, fighting hard, just gets it on the boot, tries to clear the zone. But it looks like it might come back. No, well done there by Penny. He wins it for the Hoppers, gets it on by hand to Gardner, and he links up with Hayes. This is good run here by North Albury. All of a sudden they're up through true centre wing, and now it's in the hands of McLean at half forward.
So McLean, what will he do? Just a high ball inside 50. Broom had at the back. Norman had a crack at it at the front. Ball at ground level. Panthers working hard. Gilmore now has a chance to pick up the Sharon. Or Norman's nearly got him. And, well, one possession in the end. Try to get it to Thomas. Ball finds its way over the boundary line. And we will have a boundary throw-in just under the scoreboard here as we reach, well, just over the 60-second mark. Second term here, brought to you by Wodonga Pumps and Mowers.
Boundary throw-in. Driscoll's just going to mark this footy in. Well, he just had that boundary throw-in unattended. He got it on the boot. Kennett tried to keep it in for North Albury, and we got another boundary throw-in. So McLean for the Hoppers probably just can't let Driscoll float in there and take that boundary throw-in unattended. Lukey Francis, he's an imposing figure. Yeah. So a bit of a stalemate here at the moment. Driscoll wins the ruck contest. O'Brien, look at that for a hand pass. On to Driscoll, and he puts it on the boot. Goes down the line, but the numbers are here with North Albury. Azai trying to get around and show a little bit of candy, but it didn't work out. Cook gets it on the boot. Hannah, inside 50, spilt the mark. Probably got to take that on the chest, Timmy. Driscoll, he left the footy behind. The Hoppers onto Gardner. Kennett, he's going to clear the footy up true centre wing, and it might end up with Goody.
Yeah, Goody's got it. and then puts it on the right boot. Look at that little torp. He didn't come off, though. And Bevan's taken the mark for the Panthers. 25-metre kick down the line to Glanville, and Will inboard now and finds Hargrave. Had a good opening term. And then out wide to Cook, who's been good also in this game.
Good form. Kicked 3 last week, I think.
Yep, he's playing well today, and then drills it inside 50. Who's down there? Hannah at the back. Got hands to it, couldn't take it. Hoppers, quick one out of the pack from Sharp. Thomas fortuitously ends up in his hands. Hoppers have it on half-back.
They do. Brad Freak, what do you got for us?
3 early disposals to Billy Glanville in this second quarter. 4 inside 50s to 1 in favour of the Lavington Panthers as well.
Goody. That's a better looking kick. Campbell backing back. Just stuck the one Duke up. And again, the Panthers' defence repel. Good body work there by Clay Mosher Thomas, but he's given away a free kick. Chris O for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, he kept his eye on the ball, but probably nudged him under it. I reckon it's probably fair free for Lavington across half forward here.
So Nick Newton has it on true centre wing. He's going to get run down. Stone cold caught holding the ball. He was called to play on, and Pattinson was sweating on it and drilled him holding the ball. And the Hoppers go inside forward 50. Butler in a one-on-one up against Norman. Cooper was ran down. This is good pressure in defence there by Lavington, and it's in the hands of Hopper.
Yep, and then gets it off to Marsh, and Marsh just says, boys, let's get out of here, and thumps it out towards Miles Albers, left of centre wing, far side. He's wrapped up. And we will have a stoppage. So almost 4 minutes gone here on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time
it's clock. I think it's a free kick to Albers, Lukey.
And then on to O'Brien. Panda, yep.
Not sure what that one was for.
Yeah, now the Panthers have it on centre wing, and they go to Tristan up forward. Tim Hanna with another crack at it. Ball came to ground. Archie Gardner for the Hoppers. Nice ball up to Hayes, and then on to Flynn Gardner, and away they go.
Yeah, Gardner goes down towards half forward, but Harlan, what a season he is having, chops it off for Lavington across half back, and it looks like they're going to switch the footy. This is in the hands of Nick Newton, who started pretty well. He ignores the short option, which is Glanville. Newton goes really wide looking for Gilmore. Probably should have used Glanville there, Chris O, for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, he was all by himself, and they could have worked the ball along the centre wing here. But, chose to go a bit longer. It's another stoppage, obviously, in an interesting spot.
Ball right under our broadcast position. And what a terrific vantage point it is. Driscoll, Jack on the boot to the half-forward flank. Albers having a crack at it. So too is Sharp. Ball back to centre wing. Driscoll, he'll get another go at it. On to Gilmore, then to Hargrave. Spins around and finds Ashley Cooper. Couldn't handle it. Goody after him. Ball out of bounds as we go to Freaky.
Yeah, Julian Hayes up to 3 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet in this second quarter, I should say. Jackson Wiedemann's had 2 in this second quarter as well. And 3 to Billy Glanville and 2 each to Jake O'Brien, Tom Hargraves and Sam Hopper for the Panthers.
Brad Freak on the 40-wing stat sheet. So much like the opening quarter, the second quarter for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers has seen us gone 5 minutes and we haven't had a goal. The Panthers still lead by 20 points. Hayes' kick was smothered. And it's going to end up here with Ashley Cooper. He fumbled it, but he had time to win it back and tries to shake off the Cooper tackle. Just got rid of it in time. So the pressure's good here by the Hoppers. You can tell they're up for the fight. And we're going to have a ball up right, bang, smack in the middle of the Lavington Sports Ground. Lavington 3-2-20, lead North-Albury, yet to score. That's on the CMV Truck and Bus second quarter scoreboard.
Yep, just this side of the centre circle. Away we go again. Driscoll got the best of it. Hargrave. He's getting his hands on the peel, can it? And then it ends up with Archie Gardner, misses Pattinson. Jack Driscoll. Pattinson goes again. Well done. Fights for it. Wraps up Driscoll. And again, late whistle, no whistle. Where's the umpire?
Oh, they've got no idea what's going on. What happened, Chris O, boundary side for the Newy, I think, was they actually didn't know who was officiating at the time.
That's exactly what happened.
No one was near it, were they?
And it got to the point where we were officiating.
I don't think I've ever seen that, Lukey. Have you?
Chris, get a whistle. Yeah, and away we go, and the balls are down on the half-forward flank.
Yeah, Gardner's kick missed Hayes, who just sort of ran over the footy, and it looks like Cook's marked it in the middle of the ground for the Panthers. Hand pass it to Ashley Cooper. Bit of a don't argue here on Clay Mosher Thomas. Cooper sends it inside 50. Azai wasn't able to intercept. Oh, good crunching tackle there on Albers.
Ooh, might have been a bit high, that one.
Yeah, I think Curley grabbed Kennett high there for the Hoppers, who's on hands and knees, and he's got a free kick in his own defensive 50 there. Jesse Kennett. So still no goal or score in the second quarter. We've gone 7 minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock, Lukey, and it's much like the opening stanza.
Yeah, you're right, Panda. Not much change at all. So interesting ball out of bounds, far side as Bradbury comes back onto the ground for the Hoppers. And sitting down is Flynn Gardner. Freaky, we might go to you, mate.
Around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Pool World, all scores are level up at Myrtleford and Wangaratta, 28 all. Wodonga Bulldogs out to a 4-point lead there, 16-12 in the other games in the Ovens and Murray at the moment.
Rolling ball, Miles Albers tries to paddle in front of him, sharp with the pressure on. And the ball has gone out of bounds as we go back down boundary side to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket.
Yeah, Driscoll's just come to the bench for Lavington, so looks like he might have a bit of a sore knee, but we'll keep an eye on that one. Would be a big out if he doesn't play any further part, but I think he'll be all right.
I think game's probably just in the balance a little bit here. Both sides are having a real crack, but no one able to take advantage of it at the minute. Lavington lead by 20 points. Still no score in this second quarter. We've gone 8 minutes. Kennett cleared the ball for the Hoppers. Hargraves got to win a free kick there for a take your pick, either in the back or didn't have it. Umpire said play on. Good tackle there by Goody. And we got a ball up in the middle of the ground. Well, he's been actually no ball up.
They've let it go and then they've paid one like that. It's pretty interesting.
Strange. He's won a free kick there for holding the ball. His kick wasn't great. Great effort out there by Annett. He's a hard name at half back for the Panthers, and all of a sudden it's in the hands of Gaffney.
Gaffney short to O'Brien, and he takes the mark in the long sleeves. So Jake calling for leads. What's he got ahead of him? And going back was Curley. Well, he's caught behind. Ramage in front of him. Ball just hacked off the ground by Thomas, was it? And then, well, the Panthers have to chase here because Archie Gardner's got it, and he goes with a thumping kick up towards the half-forward flank. And, well, Campbell under pressure now, and the Panthers win it through Harlan. Marsh goes again. Hargrave, handball out to Newton, and Harlan.
Great running by Harlan to link up there, go behind him for the handball.
And Glanville picks it up.
Yeah, Campbell had to take that mark at half forward. They were away there, the North-Albury Hoppers. And all of a sudden, the Panthers have it on true centre wing. Cook was able to evade the tackle. Looking for Albers, tight in the pocket. What can you do here, Miles? He's been wrapped up. Good tackle there by Sharp. Nish goes in there. Went one way and then come back out towards the boundary. Well done there by Lavington and Cook just to worry. But Penny floats in, helping out his defence for North Albury and takes a defensive mark, Chriso.
Yeah, well called, Penny. He's had a good start to the game, I reckon, Penny, and been really interesting in the link-up play and obviously how the Hoppers want to play in their second half and that run and carry handball and breaking the chain.
He went to Ramage, and then Ramage found Hayes about 70 out from their own goal, the North Albury Hoppers. So we've ticked over the 10-minute mark here on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. 20 plays, North Albury yet to score. So the Panthers up here. We've had no change to the score in the second term, which is, quite extraordinary, really. Let's go to Brad Freak.
In the AFL, around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Pool in the AFL at the moment, Hawthorn out to a 27-point lead over the Gold Coast Suns, 49-22. And in the other game at the moment, the Panda would be interested in. Giants are playing the Bombers, and GWS up by 2 points at quarter time.
I didn't even actually think about it there at all. I've given up on the Hoppers. I mean, not the Hoppers, sorry, the Bombers, I should say. Because, Jamie Elliott broke my heart. Anyway, here's a chance for Hennessy. Getting out the back here is O'Brien. O'Brien gives it back to Hennessy, and he's going to kick a goal. Just like that, we've got our first goal in this second quarter through Darcy Hennessy. He's played very good footy in this sort of last 4 or 5 weeks, Chris. So he's turning into a bit of a goal kicker.
Yeah, great goal by Hennessy there to break the chain. Obviously, first major for the quarter, I think, isn't it, boys? So O'Brien had heaps of time. He even dropped the ball and was able to pick it up and fire off the hand pass to Hennessy to run into pretty much an open goal. So, yeah, it's just struggling to get the ball across half forward at the moment, the Hoppers, and, yeah, they desperately need a goal, but where it's going to come from, anyone's guess at the moment.
On the 40-week stat sheet, the inside 50s is where the Lavington are really showing their dominance. The 8 inside 50s to 3 in this second quarter, and then ball's really living in there. They've been able to hit the scoreboard, obviously, for the first time in this quarter. Julian Hayes for the Hoppers is really trying hard. He's up to 6 disposals in this term. Archie Gardner's up to 4 as well.
Here we go. Ball back in the middle and tumbling towards Sean Driscoll. Did well. Spun out of trouble. Got it on to Bevan and then back to Driscoll. Now he's under pressure. Just got the handball away. Nick Newton in pursuit of the ball. Tries to get a shepherd from Brennan. Did. It was nice. And then Gaffney did well to take a mark in front of Bradbury. Panthers have it. Now there is a whistle telling Bradbury to get back on the mark. Let's see what Gaffney can do. And goes to Hargrave.
So Hargrave's got it and he goes down the line. So playing Methodical football here, the Panthers. Glanville's got it. They lead by 26 points. 12 minutes gone in this second quarter. Wodonga pumps and mowers. Gilmore, he looks like a good footballer when he jumps and leaps like that. The boy from Wagga, he's got it on centre wing. Look at that for a thumping kick inside 50 as well. At the front of the pack, Azai not able to mark for the Hoppers, but he gathers it here and just puts it on the left boot and clears the zone. Gilmore flew very, very high. I reckon he's given away a free kick here to Zach Benetti, the young boy for North-Albury, and he's got a free kick at half-back. The Hoppers need one. They trail by 26 points in this second quarter. We've played 12 minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock.
Yeah, just went too early, didn't he, Blake? And then Benetti just put a sort of chip kick up. Goody ends up with the ball tumbling towards the boundary line. I think he wanted it in the end. He just needed troops down there, and they'll have a chance to reset. So 26 are the Lavington Panthers on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. North-Albury still yet to score as we get to the 13.5-minute mark. Second term here. And it's brought to you by Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak, Blake Escott and Luke Francis with you. Good afternoon to you, wherever you may be tuned in to 1494 2AY this afternoon. This is O&M Live. Glanville off the ground. Gilmore and Glanville try to go again. In fact, that was Hannah and Garland over his head. O'Brien going for it. Oh, out on the floor, is it? Off Hayes' boot?
No, boundary throw-in.
It will be a boundary throw-in. As we go down to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, not much I can add to that, Ben. I could probably throw it in, boys, but yeah, they just need a goal desperately, don't they?
Come on, Chris. Why don't you slide around in that mud in front of us?
I'll leave that up to you, Panda.
Not at all. So North-Albury, 0 yet to score. Lavington 4-2-26.
Oh.
Kennett, did he get one high? The non-officiating umpire, 30 metres off the contest, has paid it. So Kennett wheels around on the right foot. Sends it into attack for the Hoppers. It's a dangerous-looking ball out the back. Here's a chance for Gardner. Snaps, goals it. And the Hoppers are on the board. A Sunjan goal today through Archie Gardner. He's a star in the making, is this young fella, the June Rising star for the O&M. And Chriso, well, they desperately needed that one.
Sort of come out of nowhere, didn't it? He just rove the ball beautifully from the pack and just snapped truly around the body. But, yeah, desperately needed that one. And they weren't too far away, but just can't let Lavington keep kicking scores. And, yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle of theirs so far, the Hoppers. Let's hope they can put a few together now.
I think that quick play is going to be their go-to for the Hoppers to be able to get themselves in the game in that forward half. Obviously, they haven't got the big targets like Lavington do to be able to kick the score that they want to. So they need to get it in there, use their pace of the boys they've got down there, Broomhead, Carter Norman and Archie Gardner on that occasion there. Gardner himself, who's on the 40-wing stat sheet, he's up to 9 disposals in the game and kicked a beautiful goal there, rode the pack beautifully. And the first time I've seen him live, you can see why he was the rising star of the last month.
Yeah, absolutely. So ball again, slowly making its way back to the centre of the Lavington Sports Ground.
I'm glad they've put Tim Broomhead on the ball because he kicked 6 goals last time they played Lavington, so I think they like him down there in the forward line, but they need him up around the ball here at the minute, and he's good ball use, Lukey.
Hasn't been getting down to him, has it?
Here we go. And Driscoll, Jack did well against Benetti on the boot.
Good pickup.
Jackson Wiedemann with a thumping kick. Man is playing good footy for Port Melbourne this year. And there's a trivia question for you boys. There's a man at the ground today that played in a premiership for Port Melbourne. See if you can answer that question. He's
Chris,
here this afternoon.
I'm leaning on you, Chris. You're a bit of a footy nuff.
Come on, Chris. I reckon you'll get it with a bit of thought.
On. Give me a bit of time.
I'll give you a couple of minutes.
I've got to Google it first.
I like that one, Lukey. So we've got a boundary throw in inside 50 here for North-Albury. Hit the last goal through Archie Gardner. Broomhead able to evade a little bit of a tackle there and send it inside forward 50. Not a great kick. Out of bounds on the full by Tim Broomhead. But they're pressing here North-Albury. They've had a good 5 minutes or so, Brad Freak, on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, they certainly have. 7 inside 50s for North-Albury to 9 in this second quarter. And the pressure they've been pretty good all day, I think, Panda. This last 5 minutes, as you say, they've really turned it up, got that goal and got their tails up a little bit now.
Great season. He wants to come in.
Dangerous.
So this will be interesting. Oh, yeah, finds Bevan. Thought he wanted Butler, but Butler left it for Bevan. And then he goes to Gilmore. And Gilmore comes off his boot. Well, rolling towards the boundary line. Umpire calls it out of bounds. Rightio, guys. Port Melbourne Premiership play here at the ground today. Who do you reckon it is?
Got to give us a bit of time, Lukey. You got to give us a bit of time.
Righto.
We need all broadcasts. How long we
I
off
was going
air?
to say it's 30 years ago, was it?
Are they playing it or are they...
It was quite a few years ago. No, not playing this afternoon.
So the boundary umpire sends this one back into play. Lavington with a 20-point lead as we tick up towards the 18th minute mark in this second quarter. We've got a ball up. Still 4 to centre here for the Hoppers. Hayden Cooper looks like he's a bit ginger there, Chriso, boundary side for the Newie.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that one, Panda.
So ball up, Benetti and Driscoll, who's winning his fair share of hit-outs. Now it's in the hands of Goody. Hand pass it to Thomas, but they weren't on the same page there, and it's socket off the ground forward here by Darcy Hennessy for the Panthers. It's been picked up by Gardner. That's Flynn for the Hoppers. His kick out towards the Velodrome wing, though, has been chopped off by Sammy Hopper as we tick up towards the 18th minute mark on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock. Second quarter, Wodonga pumps and mowers, and it's a 20-point lead to the Panthers.
Just rubbing his left knee, Cooper, so he might get a bit of deep head on there and be back out there, hopefully.
The 0-1-2 there. Hopper went to Cook and then Cook back to Hopper. He likes these chip kicks, Hopper. Just puts it up high, whistle, holding.
Hannah,
free kick to Hannah. Yep.
Straight in front too. It's going to be a costly one.
Yeah, so Tim will get a shot from about 35 out directly in front, well, to the Hannah Street end, which is fitting.
It's clear that the matchup, Lukey, is really worrying North Albury a little bit. That's a couple of times that they've given away free kicks to Hannah, and it's good coaching by Schneider.
Yeah, panicking in defence. Nish and Hannah. Has he got it? Yes, he has. And that's a double for Tim. The big man kicked one in the opening term, and he's got one in the second. And the Panthers, well, they get their, what's that, their fifth. 5-2-32 they lead to one straight 6.
Got plenty of options down there, down back, don't they? So as Iron Wiedemann as well. So interesting to see how many Hannah has to kick before they change that matchup.
If we go around the ground, so Mr. Stove's pool world in the game up at the McNamara Reserve, Wangaratta out to a 6-point lead against the Myrtleford Saints, and in the game of the WJ Finlay Oval, Wodonga Bulldogs out to a 12-point lead against the Wangaratta Rovers, 25-13.
Isn't it funny how some teams match up better than against others? Like the Wodonga Bulldogs rate their matchup against the Rovers. It's strange, isn't it, freaky?
Yeah, it certainly is. Just weird things that happen. Like, I remember years ago when Hawthorn were really strong and the Tigers weren't, so the Tigers used to match up well against them.
Yeah, and then it becomes a mental hoodoo, doesn't
Collingwood,
it?
Melbourne.
Yep. We won't talk about that. Good jukes there by Cook to come out and meet the footy at half forward. He goes short to O'Brien. How many's he had, Freaky? Been a bit quiet?
Yeah, he's just coming up for his 9th disposal of the game.
Okay, well, he's been okay. Sends it in the direction of Albers. Good fist there by Sharp for the Hoppers. They want the boundary line here, and they get it deep inside the 50 here for Lavington. It's been a good quarter for them. 2-1, and they lead 5-2-32 to North Albury. One straight 6. 20 minutes gone on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock. Here's Lukey Francis for McRae Motors.
Yeah, here goes the boundary umpire. Just hurls it back into play. Hannah, clear, tap out to Hargrave. Broomhead brought him down. Nish off the ground. Hack kick Thomas. Bounced off his chest over the back to Harlan. Then got it to Jack Driscoll. Squares it up, trying to find Gaffney. And now Flint Gardner's got to go. Garland's in the front in the race for it. Got brought down. Don't think he knew Flint Gardner was that close. And then Gaffney still going. Did well trying to find it on the outer side in front of Hayes. Ball out of bounds right of centre wing as we go to Freaky.
Really good effort there by Flynn Gardner just to keep making a contest against the much bigger body of Luke Garland there. Just be able to keep the ball in movement and get an out of bounds. Another 20-30 metres up from where the initial contest was.
So Penny's been wrapped up here, and we're going to have another restart on True Centre wing. Chris, it looks like Hayden Cooper's on the bench for North Albury boundary side for the Newie.
Yeah, he's still on there, Panda. So interesting to see when he's going to come back out. He's been a good 5-6 minutes, so we'll keep an eye on that one.
He looks a bit sore as Garland picks the footy up and kicks it into an attacking position. Free kick here for the Panthers and Miles Albers. So it's against Sharp, and he looks for O'Brien, and he finds him at half forward. Velodrome side wants to go short to Cook, but that lead was ignored. O'Brien likes his chances here, fellas. I'm not sure about the distance on a wet day.
Too far out, isn't he?
Surely.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Hannah's in the goal square, so he might just pop it to the square.
Surely be foxing, and there's Miles Albers lurking.
He's kicked 7 goals in his last 3 games and 20 for the year, so he's probably got every right to go back and have a ping from here to Jake O'Brien. It'll take a really good effort. I tell you what, he gives it a good old launch. Is it going to make the distance? It's not. Hannah almost marks it on the goal line.
Hit the post, surely.
Did it hit the post?
Yep.
Okay, I didn't see that. Hannah
tried to play on, but yeah, clearly hit the post.
So there we go. A point for Lavington, 5-3-33, lead North Albury, 1 straight 6. We tick up towards time on in this second quarter for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers.
As Wiedemann drives it out of full back on nice mark from Pattinson on the outside. And far side, what's he do now? Goes with a chip kick, trying to find Flynn Gardner. Ordinary
kick.
Ball out of bounds. How much time have I got to give you, Panther and boys, on this trivia question?
Till 5:30. I think we're off
really?
at 5:30.
Oh, gee.
Give us all day.
Give us a hint.
Dangle a couple of carrots, will you, Lukey?
I'll forget the answer by then, Panther. I'll have to make it up. Yeah, ball back into play, out of side.
So Goody's got his head over the footy. Gardner tried to get around a tackle.
Braden Maynard style. That
It
tackle
was.
there by Hargrave.
And Tommy Hargrave says, young fella, I've got you covered here. Former best and fairest winner. Hargrave's kick isn't great out towards true centre wing, but O'Brien makes it look good. Look at that left foot kick up towards Albers. He plays on straight away at half forward. Left foot kick in towards the Cook direction. Good fist by Azai. Wiedemann wins it back and gives it to Azai, who just clears the zone for the Hoppers.
And the ball, well, a long kick back to a contest, and Flynn Gardner sees it out of bounds in front of Gaffney as we go to Freaky again on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Jake O'Brien up to 7 disposals in this second quarter. Tom Hargraves is up to 6 himself, and Billy Glanville's had 6 as well for North Albury. Jackson Wiedemann's had 6, and so has Julian Hayes.
Yes, we're working up towards the long break here on O&M Live. I'm almost gone 24 minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. The Lavington Panthers lead 5-3-33 to North Albury's 1 goal straight 6 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Yeah, Cook picks it up. In fact, it was Hargrave. Got a quick kick away in a dangerous position. Driscoll down there for the Panthers. Well done there by Newton, I think. No, it was Driscoll on hands and knees. We've got a whistle here.
Free kick, didn't have the ball and got tackled, so not sure who's got it, but I think it was against Goody.
It was against Goody on Miles Albers, who's a sharp shooter, and he's already kicked one. The first goal of the day, I think, Miles Albers.
Just
so he's
landed in his back and didn't have the footy. So, yeah, you wouldn't count him out. He's quite a good shot from tight angles, Albers.
He is indeed. So he'll kick this from probably 30 metres. He's gone back a fair way. That's a Ben Brown sort of looking set up there from Miles. So this would make the task pretty difficult for North Albury. They already trailed by 27 points. So Miles Albers, 25 minutes gone in this second quarter. He's kicking an old-fashioned drop punt, and he's missed. Near side, 5-4-34 Lavington, 1 straight 6 North Albury. So we go to Brad Freak.
Yeah, on the 40-wing stat sheet, inside 50s is, again, where Lavington are really starting to show their dominance, 12-7 in this second quarter. And that's where the Bulls just living their forward half, having regular shots at goal. And the Hoppers' defence is holding up really well, but just it gets to a point where it's going to be too much, maybe.
Wiedemann tried to hit Archie Gardner. Nice kick. Archie just spilt the ball over the line, and we'll have a boundary throw-in. So Jackson, son of Guy Wiedemann, former Turvey Park Bulldog. His uncle Shane, a premiership player with Osborne, won a Jim Quinn medal with the Turvey Park Bulldogs in the Riverina Football League. And, of course, his uncle, Wayne, playing for the Adelaide Crows. What a cult hero he was, eh? Wayne Wiedemann, the weed. Freaky.
If we go around the grounds for Mr. Stove's pool world, Wodonga Bulldogs out to a 30-point lead against the Wangaratta Rovers.
30, wow.
43-13 in that game out there, and 8-point lead to the Wangaratta Magpies up at the McNamara Reserve, 36-28.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall at that half-time at the WJ Finlay Oval.
Might get squashed if you're a fly.
I think so. Bit of fly spray. Goody on hands and knees. Been wrapped up by Glanville. Hayes, he's been a little bit quiet in this second quarter. Left the footy behind. Hargrave went in and won it. And just hand passed it inside 50. Driscoll's got his head over the footy for Lavington. Was Driscoll grabbed without it? In fact, it was Curley. Umpire says, give it to me. In a dangerous position here for
Conditions
Lavington.
are suiting Hargrave, aren't they? He's having a great game there for the Panthers around the footy.
We'll check his stats soon. So 34 plays 6. A 28-point hit of Lavington. Roving beautifully there was Curley. He was set upon by a couple of hoppers. Look at the amount of players
Stacks
over that pill. All holding the ball. The umpire, I reckon, just wants to clear the zone.
Jeebus.
It's a free kick here to Lavington, I think. It's going to go the way of Driscoll. So it's against Hayes. Talk us through that one, Chris Mitchell, for the Newey.
Well, it was just stacks on the mill. There was bodies flying everywhere, but I think you're probably right. He just wanted to pull something off the umpire and, clear the area, but it was hard to see a free kick from where I am.
I think you're pretty stiff there. If you're a North-Albury fan, I don't think there's a lot in there. We've seen plenty of play like that for most of the day today.
Oh, I'm not sure. I do know why Lukey Francis is laughing.
Panda.
I won't say a word.
The footy Panda.
Jack Driscoll starts his approach and it fades late and it's through for a point. So Lavington missing a few chances here to really break the game open. 5-5-35, North-Albury 1 straight 6, 28 gone. And this second caught up for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers.
You behave yourself, Lake Escott. Ball out of defensive 50 from Wiedemann. And then Harlan, he's wrapped up by Archie Gardner. And we'll have another stoppage as the sun breaks through here at the Lavington Sports Ground.
The Bombers score, Freaky. What have we got there?
I'll chase that one up for you over the half-time, Panda.
And that brings a long break here at the Lavington Sports Ground, and it is the home team on top as we get to the half-time break. It is the Panthers, 5-5-35, leading the North-Albury Hoppers 1 straight goal 6. You're with Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak, Blake Escott and Luke Francis. This is 1494 2AY and O&M Live. Back shortly with the half-time show. Remember, this is O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Safe is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit. 0.0% alcohol? This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onward, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care!
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? and meditation? One for sport and one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY. We're your local.
O&M Live on 2AY.
Welcome back to the Lavington Sports Ground. This is the halftime show brought to you by Elders Rural. I am Chris Mitchell. With me is Brad Freak. It is Lavington up against North-Albury and a 29-point lead for the Panthers, 5-5-35, leading the Hoppers 1-0-6. Freaky, it's an interesting game. Lavington making the most of the limited chances they're having.
Yeah, absolutely they are, Chris. When they go inside 450, pretty scrappy affair out there. Obviously, with conditions, underfoot are fairly slippery. So Lavington are making more, when they go forward, being able to take more advantage of it. The ball has lived probably a bit more in their forward half. If we look at the 40 wing stats, 31 inside 50s to 17 at half time. So it tells you the domination that they've had. But North-Albury have had their chances but just haven't been able to capitalise when they go in there.
Like we were saying off air, you can't fault the effort from the Hoppers. It's just not working out for them across half forward and coming back with a bit of interest.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just, as you say, Chris, so it gets to that half forward area. And we look at, as we touched on, as Panda touched on through the call, you look at the forward lines and contrast the sizes in them. You look at Tim Hanna at one end and Miles Albers, bigger body frames. You can break a pack. But if you look at North-Albury, they haven't got the big boys down there. Obviously, they've got Carter Norman, who's doing a really solid job down there, but he's just not a big flyer. And bringing the ball to ground is what they're going to be looking forward to do. And the one time they were able to get a goal on the board, they moved it quickly, which I think is going to have to be their go-to in the second half to try and get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, we saw early in that second quarter how quickly they wanted to move with a quick chain of handballs on centre wing there, but they haven't been able to do it enough and frequently enough to give their forwards enough chance to separate from their defenders.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I think watching them, they look like they're trying to play maybe a little bit as if it's too much of a
dry weather footy,
Yeah, where sometimes they're looking to go inboard, where in conditions like this today, you've just got to take the land and take some coverage and just get the ball moving in your forward direction, because skills aren't going to be outstanding today from either side because of the conditions. So I think just taking territory and being able to push the ball forward is going to be their main movement going forward to be able to get themselves back into this game. As we touched on, the effort's been outstanding. You can't fault the effort from either side. But they just, going forward, Lavington have just been a little bit crisper, just been a little bit cleaner at times when they have had to go forward and just hit the targets. And obviously, as we touched on, the bigger bodies up there as well.
The chip kicking style sort of working in their favour for Lavington. Hargrave's really been at the centre of that, Curley as well, and Annette, some of those more experienced players. Who do you see as setting the tone for the Panthers so far?
Yeah, if we have a look at the 40-week stat sheet, Tommy Hargraves, as you rightfully touched on there, he's been outstanding so far. He's had 16 disposals to half-time. Billy Glanville is another one. He's up to 12 disposals at half-time. And Jake O'Brien, who had 8 disposals in that second quarter alone, he's up to 12 as well for the Lavington Panthers. If we have a look at the North-Albury side, it's the main guys, as you touched on before the game. Julian Hayes is up to 15 disposals for this game at half-time, and Jackson Wiedemann as well is up to 15 as well. So their prime ball winners have been getting their hands on it, but they're just breaking down as we keep touching on. They get into half forward, and as they spoke at quarter time as well when you're out on the ground there, Chris, so just that half forward line just seems to be breaking down for them a little bit.
And Optus Quarter's best, who is setting the tone for both sides. Obviously, we've touched on Lavington. What about North-Albury, who's playing well there?
Yeah, for the Hoppers in that second quarter, Jackson Wiedemann I thought was great across the half-back line. He's been, obviously, shows his class coming from VFL level back into this Hoppers outfit today. But the other one, as we touched on, is young Archie Gardner, who we Panda touched on, who was rising star the last month. He had 5 disposals in that second quarter and kicked a beautiful goal. He's up to 9 for the game. So it's guys like that you can see Tim Broomhead why he wants to be here for the long term, to be able to build with him, because he looks like he's going to have so much talent. He's got nice speed, uses the ball well. There'll be others in the side as well. Obviously Sam Azai down back as well. There's some really nice foundation pieces there for them. Just going to take some time, and if they, as you say, you can get Broomhead in now for the next 3 years, be able to build on that and get some other players in was always going to help and really, really help their development and move them forward.
I'm glad you mentioned Broomhead. Obviously, kicked 6 the last time these two played. Hasn't troubled the scorers just as yet, but obviously still a half to play. They moved him into the midfield later in that second quarter to try and get some more class and better ball movement around the footy. How do you see that move going? Do you think he'll stay there for the long term in this match or go back into the forward 50?
I think he's got to stay around the ball. I think he's got to stay around the midfield because in conditions like this, you want your better ball winners there, especially if, as we touched on with the inside 50 disparity, the ball's not really getting in there a lot. So he's to a point, if he's standing inside the forward 50, it could be potentially a little bit wasted and a little bit lost in the game, where North-Albury, if they are to get back into him, Tim Broomhead has to be around the footy and be around the ball and get the ball moving forward for him and getting it out to Julian Hayes, or Julian Hayes and these likes, Clay Thomas, getting the ball out to him. So, I mean, if they take the same effort that they had in that first half, North-Albury, and I just find a little bit more polish, which, again, we touch on the conditions is really hard. So it's going to be hard for them to do that today. But they're the things that if they can work on them. But as we say, it's only a 4 or 5 goal lead, so it's not massive.
No, it's not insurmountable. They can certainly come back, can't they?
Kick a couple of goals early in the third term, and all of a sudden it's only 2-goal games. So there's plenty of positives for them. Keep the heads up, moving into this second half. So I think North-Albury, if they can start the second half, as we say, kick a couple of goals, get their tails up, they can get right back into it.
Now, how do you see the matchup with Nish and Hannah? Obviously, Nish giving away a fair few centimetres to Hannah, and the ball's been got in there pretty quick for Hannah, who's obviously, if he hasn't marked it, he's made a good second effort at ground level. He's delivery on the ground, obviously, his work at ground level is first class for a guy that tall as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The battle's been really, really interesting. I think, obviously, Timmy Hannah's kicked a couple of goals in that first half, but I think Grady's really held his own at times. I think he's in the competing against him. He's really been able to... He's gone as best as he could. I mean, he's giving up a fair bit of size and height against Hannah, and as you say, Hannah's really, really strong on the ground level as well, especially in these conditions as well. But Grady's ability to want to run off and use him go offensively is happened a couple of times. A couple of times he got a little bit lost down there with the one that he threw around the goalpost down there. But he's taking the game on, and I think if you're watching the Hoppers play, I think you'd be pretty happy with that. They'd at least take it on, and he's given a good fight down there.
If we go around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Pool World, I'll get you to get the app running there, and plenty of other big games happening in round 15. Obviously, the second week of the split round, a couple of sides with the rest this week, but the big one we've been keeping an eye on, and has finals ramifications for Lavington as well if they win today, is Rovers and Wodonga. What's happening down at the WJ Finlay Oval?
Yeah, it looks like it'd be half-time down there at the moment. Wodonga Bulldogs are out to a 30-point lead at half-time. Looks like Rovers haven't been taking their chances either. Score there at half-time is 6-7-43, the Dogs, to 1-7 Wangaratta Rovers. So just having a quick look before at the ladder, and obviously you have a bit of a loss down there, and Lavy win. Could very easily, Lavy could be in the top 5 by the end of this afternoon. So massive result, massive ramifications for all sides involved. Who would have thought at round 15 potentially, Lavy would be in the 5 and Rovers would be outside looking in.
Incredible stuff, and obviously, if Rovers do lose, Lavington do win, they will be equal on 32 points. Percentage will be the issue there, but there's not a lot of percentage to make up. So if we look at the ladder, Wangaratta, Yarrawonga, Albury, Myrtleford and the Rovers make up the top 5, but Myrtleford and Rovers are both on 32 points. Lavington win today, they move to 32 as well, and big right in the hunt there. 103.91 percentage is the Rovers, and 96.96. So if Lavington get a good win today, they could make up a bit of ground there and potentially in the 5 by the end of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, if Lavington have a good win, but then if Rovers keep going the way that game's going, have a bad loss as well, then obviously the percentage goes both ways there, Chris. So in the other game, the big game up in Myrtleford at the moment, only a 4-point lead there for the Wangaratta Magpies at half-time. In that game, 5-8-38 to 5-4-34. So really, really interesting game up there. Obviously, horrible conditions up in Myrtleford. Gus McLeod and Dan Vaccaro, the stats man up there, sent a few photos through to us earlier. It looks pretty boggy. And as you
just got a picture now. It looks very, very sparse for green grass out there. Very brown, the ground at the moment. It had heaps of rain, obviously, in Albury Wodonga, but they've had more in the Alpine Valley.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you rightfully touched, Chris, in the pre-game, that conditions like that brings Myrtleford right back into that game, and they're obviously taking a really, really good effort into that in the first half there, and really taking it to obviously the best team in the competition. If we have a look at a Raywai Rural netball update, Chriso, in the games that are being played today, today. Obviously, in the game prior to this, in the A-grade netball between Lavington and North-Albury, Laving getting a 2-goal win there, 42-40. In the other games at the moment that have all finished, Myrtleford have been beaten by Wangaratta Magpies 55-31, and the Wodonga Bulldogs, Chriso, who I believe Robbie told me it's been nearly 3 or 4 years since they had a victory in the A-grade netball, have won in the A-grade netball out there, 45-32, 13-goal victors to the Wodonga Bulldogs. So well done to them. I think
13 goals.
13-goal victory. I think the last team they beat was the Rovers as well, so they've been able to beat them again. So congratulations to those. I think it's been a long time. I can't remember the exact day, but it's been a long time, 3 or 4 years, I'm pretty sure, since they've had a victory. So congratulations to them.
The Wodonga girls will certainly celebrate tonight. You're listening to O&M Live. At half-time, it is Lavington 5-35, leading North-Albury 1-0-6. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
TAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit. 0.0% alcohol? This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onward, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care!
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters From breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY. We're your local.
On 2AY.
Yes, you are indeed. Third quarter action for Agboss. Not too far away from getting underway here between the Panthers and the Hoppers. Two big rivals, of course, next door neighbours in the SSNA, Ovens and Murray. Round 15 action, and it's the Lavington Panthers 5-5-35 over North-Albury, 1 straight 6. We've all just been chatting a little bit. You know, I went to the canteen, got something to eat. Lukey went and followed. Freaky and Chris did all the hard work at half-time, and we all said, where are their goals going to come from? Where are North-Albury going to kick goals? And we've been saying maybe they swing a few things around. Does Azai go forward, but then they miss him in the back line? But where are they going to get their goals? Freaky?
Yeah, I think they need to just move the ball a little bit quicker for mine as well. They sometimes, as Chriso and I touched on at halftime, I think they're probably trying to play a little bit too much dry weather footy some periods of this game, and they just need to get the ball forward. They're breaking down across that half-forward line, I think, a little bit because they're just trying to go inboard a little bit too much. Then they might be with the conditions a bit of a slip up, and then Lavington can get set up behind the ball. So if they can move the ball quick, and obviously we saw that beautiful goal by Archer Gardner in that second quarter. I think that's the way they're going to be able to kick them.
So the umpire holds the footy up, and it's a 29-point lead here to Lavington heading into this third quarter for Agboss. And here's Lukey Francis on 1494 2AY.
Yeah, first goal, an absolute must, and a necessity for the men in the green and gold, Campbell. So they started well, and they drive it forward. Goody going back. Oh, nice. Hopper tried to juggle it. Goody after him now. Hopper up to Glanville, and then Glanville a clearing kick out towards Miles Albers and Sharp. And the ball beats them. Driscoll's going to grab it and then gets a handball out to Albers. And Albers, well, try to duck inside. He's gone. Tired to take the tackler on, and the Hoppers win possession.
Yeah, good start by North-Albury and a good tackle by Jesse Kennett. And he's going to play on and kick it down the line, play the percentages. It was a poor kick, though. Nick Newton, who I reckon's had a really good game for the Panthers, floats in and takes an intercept mark on true centre wing. 50 seconds gone in this third quarter. No score to either side. Lavington 5 goals, North-Albury just the 1, and the Panthers go inside forward 50 again. Curley, he's dangerous in this position, but Joel Robertson tackles him over the boundary line. 30 metres around from the Panthers' goal. Lukey Francis, Blake Panderescott with you, Chris Mitchell, and of course Brad Freak for McRae Motors here on 1494 2AY's R&M Live.
Yeah, let's have a look. Panthers to the boundary umpire with the ball far side, inside 50. And the young lady is about to put it into the air. She does a great job. Hannah. And then there's also Nish in the ruck. Ball back at ground level. And it's wrapped up. And again, we'll have another stoppage. Gee, I'm just still got this trivia question and the answer ready, guys.
Forgot about it.
Yeah, it's just amazing stuff. It really is. It'll just, you'll be astounded, Panda. And the
Adam
answer,
Schneider?
That is 100% correct.
There you go. That was just a stab in the dark.
Yeah, so we had a question earlier here on 1494 2AY, if you missed it. Who is the Port Melbourne Premiership player present at the ground today? We're going on the Jackson Wiedemann theme. And it's Adam Schneider. So we'll give you a bit more information shortly, Panda.
Yeah, Nick Newton sends the Panthers into attack. Hopper flew high but didn't grab it. Goody wins it in defence for North-Albury. Hand pass comes out towards Penny, who just overran the footy. Glanville puts it on the right boot. All Hoppers back there. Kennett grabs it over the boundary line, and we've got another throw in here. So Freaky on that 40-wing stat sheet. Couple of inside 50s here for Lavington.
Yeah, a couple of inside 50s. One to North-Albury early in this term. 2 early touches to Billy Glanville and 2 to Jackson Wiedemann as well early on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, let's see what happens from this boundary throw-in. Oh, flat one, that one. Might recall it. Yep, it will. Yeah, so Adam played in a premiership with Port Melbourne. He probably would have been 18 or 19. It was back when the Sydney Swans reserves were sent to Port Melbourne.
Well, there you go. I didn't even know that.
Before they played AFL footy. So, he played in a premiership down there. You might ask him post-game, just who are some of the players that played that day as the Hoppers come wide.
Yeah, that kick came out towards the broadcast wing. Campbell just hand passed it to space and ran onto it. Good work. Got about 30 or 40 metres for the Hoppers. The ball's at half forward. Looks like Azai's been moved forward. Interesting there by the Hoppers coaching staff. He hand passes it to Gardner. This is good play. In towards Moshe Thomas. In towards Norman, who's caught out the back. Pattinson tries to run onto it, but they got a boundary throw in. 5 metres next to their point posts. Lavington 5-5-35, North Albury 1 straight 6. 3 minutes gone on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock in this third quarter.
Don't mind Azai going forward there, Pend. Obviously, we've been calling out for a target for North Albury in the forward half, and Azai down there is going to give him that target.
Driscoll, Bonetti, and then, Curley got it on the boot. Glanville picked it up, smothered by, Archie Gardner, who did well, trying to find it at ground level. He's under pressure from Gaffney. And then Wiedemann had a crack at it. And the ball's at the bottom of the pack, and the umpire wants it to try and sort it out. Let's go back down to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. Chris, it's actually 35 degrees down there. Is it warming up, mate?
Perfect conditions for footy, guys. It's thank you for turning me on. But great conditions for footy. I like the Azai move. He's in the goal square on Curley, so we're going to make him accountable and give the Hoppers a target to kick to.
So Kennett plays on. He's been all right for North Albury. Sends him into attack. Harlan dropped the footy. Norman over it. Hand passes it to Campbell. He had to get a quick hack kick away. 30 metres around from North Albury's goal. Bonetti, the big ruckman. He goes in there, but the Panthers clear, but it might come straight back through Flynn Gardner, who takes the mark but trips over on true centre wing for the Hoppers.
So Flynn Gardner, he'll load up and he'll send it inside 50. Penny, he was looking for. Curley, in fact, a net did well.
Good mark.
To spoil it, and he will get the free kick for over the shoulder. So Chris comes out towards Hargrave, try to use his body against Flynn Gardner. Well done, one-on-one contest defensively. Knocks it across the boundary line. Freaky, we got a standout stat for the third term here, thanks to 40 Winks.
Billy Glanville up to 3 disposals early in this term. 4 inside 50s to 2 in favour of the Hoppers early. So the ball's been in there forward half as well. Just see if they can capitalise and get the first goal of this second half, which would be really important to give themselves some momentum in the game.
6 minutes gone in this third quarter. It's Lavington by 29 points, and they go forward here. Curley tried to get it out the back. Nish on hands and knees. Doesn't want to take possession. Curley wins it, snaps it. Albers has snuck out the back. Must have been touched off the boot. He dropped it. Hand passer back to Sean Driscoll. They're going to get a goal here. It's bouncing. It's through. Sean Driscoll kicks a Sunjan goal today for Lavington. And now the margin's out to 35 points. That's on the Peter Bowen Homes scoreboard as we tick up towards 6 minutes there in this third quarter. Chriso, they just flooded forward with numbers and they just got out the back.
They're out to get out the back, I couldn't have said it better myself. And just they could have raffled the footy there with about 3 Panthers with an open goal. So, a costly one there, coaching-wise there for the Hoppers.
Yeah, they chewed up some juice in the early stages of this third term. The Hoppers, they were doing so well to keep their ball inside attacking 50. And as Blake Escott and Chris Mitchell just described, they get it forward with pressure, the Panthers, and they pick up a goal. Now, the umpires recalled this. Back to the middle. Hope you're enjoying the footy on O&M Live this afternoon, 1494 2AY. Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak, Blake Escott and Luke Francis, Driscoll, Bonetti, and then Broomhead brought down by Glanville. And again, we'll have another stoppage. Yep, so we're back just left of the centre, the heart of the Lavington Sports Ground, of course, where the O&M Grand Final we played later this year, late September, as Archie Gardner comes away and he sends it to the half-forward flank.
Yeah, 2-on-1 versus Campbell here, and the Panthers will probably win this contest. Gaffney overran the footy. Gardner worries him out of it. Newton hand pass it in a tight little pocket. Got it onto the left foot of Hargrave. Driscoll pretty much should have been paid that mark almost, but he just dropped it. Kennett, nice looking kick down the line for North Albury. And the captain marks Goody, and he wants to take an aggressive option across the ground. Coming in and floating in there was Penny. He has to get rid of it. Just played on. He probably shouldn't have played on, and Hopper ran him down, Chriso.
Wasn't it? Yeah, he did a great mark against Hopper, then thought he had a bit extra time, and great running tackle there by Hopper to get holding the ball.
Yeah, it's one man you don't want on your tail, Freaky, Sammy Hopper.
No, definitely not.
As they send it forward again, and Ramage under pressure from O'Brien. Ben Ashley Cooper on Robertson wraps him up.
Very lucky there, Ramage, not to be holding the ball. Took him on, didn't he?
Yeah, and again, another stoppage. Here's Blake Escott for McRae Motors on O&M Live.
So the only goal in this third quarter to the way of Lavington, and they lead by 35 points. 8 minutes gone on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. Hayes gets a quick kick out towards the Velodrome side, and it's going to be a free kick here to North-Albury. A good tackle against Hannah, and it's 50 metres.
Yeah, fair enough too, guys. It was a clear holding the ball, incorrect disposal. Then they kicked it off the ground for about 25 metres towards their own goal. So, the umpires have been red hot on that one today.
So a good little win here for North-Albury, and Pattinson has it, still inside the square, just forward to centre, and he kicks it in towards the Azai direction. He'll fly from behind, can't mark Norman, tries to get a hack kick away. Moshe Thomas wraps up Harlan. It's spilled here to Campbell. He's a left footer, but it dribbles through for a point. North-Albury are on the board here in this third quarter. 1-1-7. Lavington 6-5-41. 9 minutes gone for Agboss. Here's Lukey Francis.
Yeah, Freaky, what do we got on the 40-week stat sheet?
5 inside 50s to 4 in favour of North-Albury in this third term. And just haven't been able to capitalise and kick that goal. 3 disposals to Jackson Wiedering and 3 to Billy Glanville as well for the Panthers.
Ben Ashley Cooper with the Sharon. Arc of the 50 defensively, spears it to centre wing. Albers caught under it. Nice fist away from Sharp. Gilmore under pressure. And brought down by Nish and a sling tackle. Okay. So the ball come back to the Panthers. Gilmore will get it back. And what will he do with this? So Hamish.
Not short on confidence, young Gilmore, is he?
No, he's not. Particularly sporting the Malay ordinary kick off the instep. Just sort of a high sort of spiral, and then McLean fighting away, just decided to put it on the boot in the end. Glanville, and then on to Hennessy, got brought off the ball. McLean goes again. He's going to be wrapped up. And again, we'll have a stoppage left of centre wing, Panda.
Going to go around the ground soon for Mr. Stowe's Pool World, if we can get Brad Freak onto that. Cool, Spadonga were winning by, I think, around the 5-goal margin at half-time over the Rovers, and it was a genuine mud heap up at the McNamara Reserve between the Magpies and the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Hamish Gilmore has been wrapped up in a big crunching tackle. Not sure he got rid of that one. Gardner applied it. Bevan picks it up for the Panthers. Kicks it down towards the direction of Ben Ashley Cooper, who's resting forward. Got his head over the footy. Driscoll's down there as well for Lavington. Hennessy, who already snapped one in that second quarter. He's dangerous. Left the footy behind. Ashley Cooper picks it up, snaps it across the face of goal. Might go out of bounds on the full. In fact, it trickles over the boundary line for a throw-in 20 metres around from Lavington goal, and they lead by 34 points on the Peterborough Homes third quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, that's it. We've almost gone 11 minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. The third turn brought to you by Agboss as the ball comes back into play. Driscoll over the back, picked off by Hayes though, on to Broomhead. Nice footy. Well, this is good. Then licks up with Goody, and then he spears one to this side. And, well, the Hoppers have done well here. They've worked it to centre wing. Azai puts it on the right boot. Norman, he's got a bit of space. Bounces, beats him. And then Butler has got the best position. Oh, Norman did well to win it back. Brought out of bounds, though. And it's gone over the boundary line as we head back down to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, rare 4-8 forward this quarter for the Hoppers. Let's see if they can force this stoppage and get a scoring opportunity. They haven't had too many this quarter.
Brad Freak around the grounds.
Yeah, in the other games in the Ovens and Murray at the moment, 5-point lead to Wangaratta Magpies and still a 28-point lead to Wodonga Bulldogs.
Broomhead tied up against the boundary. Wasn't able to get a quick boot to it, and it's gone out of bounds for a throw-in again, Brad Freak.
Yeah, the scores in those games, Wangaratta 39 to Myrtleford 34, and in the Wodonga Bulldogs and Rovers game 49 to 21 early in the third quarter in those games.
Ball back into play. Hannah, Azai, Hannah to Gaffney. Just a hat kick out of defence, ends up with Hennessy and gets the handball on to Jack Driscoll. Oh, nice shepherd on Archie Gardner. And Hennessy's brought down in the tackle. He'll be pinged, is he? No, high. So Nish got him just around the chops. Now the ball's, or players on, is Glanville. Picks it up. He's got Gilmore on the outer side, so he's doing some running. And then he wants to play on back to Glanville, so that was good. Nice linking up. Miles Albers just outside the 50. Far side. Left of centre wing, ball out of bounds.
No, it's on the full against Sharp.
Yep. And Albers will get it back, Panda.
So Miles Albers, kick 1, goal 1. Goes on the 45 inboard, centering kick to Bevan. He's lifted in this third quarter. So the Panthers by 34 points, 41 plays 7 in this third quarter. Bevan's kick was smothered as he went in towards the direction of Curley. So the Panthers have it inside 50. Julian Hayes streams away for the Hoppers, and he spots up Campbell in the middle of the ground, and they might be out the back here through Carter Norman.
Yeah, and they go to the half-forward flank, and Norman, well, he caught one high.
Butler made him earn it.
He certainly did. Flynn Gardner wants to play on. Don't know if that was the best decision. And then, well, Gaffney went in. He might be gone. Is he? Throw. So the Hoppers will get it back, but gee, they were lucky, because Flynn Gardner picked it up, wanted to play on. Don't know if that was the option, Freaky.
No, I don't think it was there. Look, obviously we said we wanted to move the ball quicker, but I think right there, when that close into 50, just get the free kick and get it inside.
And then Gardner plays on. Well, he's gone for about 30 out or 25 out from home. Didn't come off, and Bevan took the mark, and he goes to Garland.
Yeah, as I had the right lead there, but Bevan just floated across and took a great intercept mark. So it was the right option, but it was good defence there by Bevan as Gilmore sends the Panthers down the Velodrome wing here at the Lavington Sports Ground. And it looks like, is Robinson going to win a free kick? No, it's gone out of bounds for a throw-in. 6-5-41, Lavington, North-Albury, 1-1-7, 14 gone in this third quarter. Brad Freak.
If we have a look at the 40-wing stat sheet, Billy Glanville's up to 7 disposals in this third quarter, takes him up to 19 for the game. Inside 50 counts relatively even again now. North-Albury 7-6 for Lavington Panthers.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day is going to be a hard one this afternoon, isn't it? Just two teams just cracking in. It'll be hard to split, Freaky, I think, this afternoon.
Billy Glanville, maybe?
Glanville or even Hamish Gilmore. Plenty of candidates out there at the moment.
Yeah, and ball went up and comes back down and then wrapped up again as we go back down to Chris Mitchell for the new mark. It's going to be hard, I think, Chris, to spot a BOG today.
Yeah, certainly will be. But I've got some news on the boundary here for the Hoppers. Cooper's done for the day, guys. He's got some tape on ice on his left knee, so that's bad news for the Hoppers.
And it's bad news as well because Driscoll streaming inside 50 for the Panthers. Good tackle by Moshe Thomas. Curly hand pass it to a running teammate. Going in there was Hennessy. Driscoll. He's been met in a big tackle by Grady Nish. Good defensive work there by the Hoppers, and Kennett clears it, but it's coming straight back because big Timmy Hanna has marked it at half forward. He's got a pretty clogged forward line, so he hand passes it off to Harland. 60 out. Big, long, raking left kick from Jack Harland. And Joel Robertson just got a fist down. It's gone through for a behind. 6-6-42 Lavy. North-Albury 1-1-7. That's on the Peterborough home scoreboard, ticking over 15 minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner-Holmes time clock in this third quarter.
Yeah, he can latch onto them, can't he, Jack Harland, when he really gets onto them. And then Archie Gardner working along the boundary line here and copped a high one, I thought, around the chops. No, umpire said that's fine. Gilmore's got him. And we'll have another stoppage here. Lavington Sports Ground on a Saturday afternoon, 6th of August, round 15 of 18. The Panthers coming into this game with a 7-7 win-loss record, sitting 6th on the table. The North-Albury Hoppers 14-1, sitting 10th.
Grady Nish at half-back, kicks it right bang smack in the middle of the ground. But Driscoll for the Panthers has been pretty good today in the ruck, wins it. Nice kick up towards half-forward. Driscoll, he's got options in the middle of the ground, and it's Hargrave. And he takes it inside forward 50, 40 metres out. Well, you'd probably say 45, Chris. So you'd back him on a dry day once again. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I would, but he's going to pass it off.
Yeah, poor marking, Chriso, because Curley's just floated in and he's taken it 30 metres out directly in front.
Yeah, they had plenty of numbers behind the ball, North, but yeah, just a little bit of sleep there, and he's in a better position for a shot at goal here.
So he's been lively today, Jack Curley. He kicked one very impressive dribbler. I think that was in the first quarter. And he's lining up here for his second goal, is Jack Curley. This would make it extremely hard if it isn't already for North-Albury. Comes in, gun barrel straight from the Lavington Panthers and Jack Curley. And, well, the margin's now up to 41 points, 7-6-48 to North-Albury, 1-1-7. So Lavy breaking away here, Brad Freak, on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, they certainly are. As we said, Billy Glanville's the main reason for it. He's up to 7 disposals in this quarter. Julian Hayes has had 4, and Jackson Weedham for the Hoppers have had 3 himself. We go around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Pool World in the other games in the SSNA Ovens and Murray at the moment. Still a 5-point lead to Wangaratta up at Myrtleford, and Wodonga Bulldogs still in front by 22 points at the WJ Finlay Oval. And in the AFL at the moment, Hawthorn lead the Gold Coast Suns by 18 points, and GWS still hold a 2-point lead over the Bombers.
Yeah, hard to believe the Hoppers have just got 2 scoring shots on the board. Endeavour's been great in general play. They just cannot impact the scoreboard at all. Oh, massive fist away from Haaland. And then on to Glanville. Rush kick forward. Kennett, nice mark, and he's away. And then puts it on the boot, looking for Boothie. Hopper came in. Now Bevan after it. So too Bradbury. Ball between them. They both dive in. Good contest. And, well, spills out the back. Now it looks like eventually it's going to be wrapped up. Ball not coming out of there. And the umpire will have it as we go boundary side for Chris Mitchell, Newmarket Hotel. Chris, it really is hard to believe the Hoppers have hit the scoreboard twice.
No, you hit the nail on the head. They just haven't been able to put any scoreboard pressure on. But if you just rocked up at the game, you wouldn't know it was 7-6-48 to 1-1-7. So, their endeavour has been fantastic. They just can't put any pressure on in the forward line.
Well, it's in their attacking half of the ground now. 60 around from their goal. They're fighting hard, the Hoppers. They can put a blanket over 20 blokes here at the minute. There's two players inside 50. It's Albers and Nish. So all the players up the North Albury end, and they got another ball up. 48 plays 7 if you're just joining us here on O&M Live. 14.94 2AY. The Panthers lead in this third quarter. Goody missed his boot. It looks like we're going to have another ball up as well. Chris, so how long until the umpire pays a free kick here?
Well, I think the umpire's been all right.
They have been good.
Today, but obviously it's not going very far at the moment, is it?
Back contest, Hargrave and also Pattinson wrapped up. And again, we'll have another stoppage. Good crowd, boys, under the GJ Gardner deck out there on the outer side.
Well, there's not much else to talk about at the minute, Lukey. So let's see if you can spot someone in the crowd that you like.
Yeah, why not? Rightio. And ball. Well, came out the back. Hayes brought down Bevan.
I reckon he might.
He got him. And again.
Was either high or holding the ball?
Yeah, one or the other. He could have done one of those, couldn't he?
And for a record number of stoppages here in the last 2 or 3 minutes, Panda.
Yeah, so 7-6-48 Lavy, North Albury 1-1-7. Here's a go. The ball's broken free. It's on the velodrome wing. Gardner just hand pass it to space. Kennett overran the footy. He's been good for North Albury. Gilmore streams forward for Lavington. Not a great kick in towards the direction here of Ben Ashley Cooper. Had to work hard for it. Good tackle there by Robertson for North Albury, who's been pretty good today. Penny goes in and wins it. Hand passes it in the direction of Robertson, who's wrapped up Gilmore. He had him pinned by the one arm, and we've got a ball up at half forward here for Lavington broadcast side. They lead by 41 points, and we'll go to Brad Freak soon on the Mr. Stowe's pool ball around the grounds. But here's Lukey Francis from McRae Motors and O&M Live.
Yeah, third term brought to you by Ag Bice. Glanville tearing away with Goody. And again, we'll have another stoppage as we go to you now, Freaky.
Yeah, Wodonga Bulldogs out to a 22-point lead in that game, 50-28, and Wangata Magpies up by 7 points against Myrtleford, 41-34 in that game up there at Myrtleford.
Okay, Glanville with the ball throwing at a 50. So Goody got a bit lippy, and that's bad. And he's going to come straight to the bench, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, what was that for? He just didn't like their decision.
It was a throw against him, and then
was it to not give him the ball back quick enough?
Oh,
maybe.
I'm not sure.
He was pretty quick
I think he may have been a bit lippy. Yeah.
Maybe
anyway,
we'll go and ask him. Though.
The end result is a 50-metre penalty, and Billy Glanville will have a shot here from about 35 out by the time he strikes this Sharon. 48 plays 7 on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard. Panthers up. If you've just tuned in on 14.94 2AY O&M Live. This guy just having a super season. And in he comes, makes no mistake. Glanville's got it. And he's, almost close to best on ground today between these two teams. We go back to Freaky.
Yeah, on the 40-wing stat sheet, just to touch on there with Billy Glanville, as you say, look, he's having an outstanding game. He's up to 20 disposals now, and he's kicked the goal there. He's been in everything for the Panthers, so he's been really, really strong for the Panthers today. If we have a look at the inside 50s, again, Lavington's starting to get on top of them now. Early in the quarter, North Albury had the ascendancy there, but now midway through the third quarter here, it's 10 inside 50s for Lavington, for 8 for North Albury. So they've been able to get it and get those repeat entries and be able to get the scoreboard pressure where North Albury haven't been able to for most of the match, really.
He's putting together a very, very good season. He's going to take some beating in the Lavington Panthers' best and fairest as Billy Glanville. Started at half forward, and then Adam Schneider's moved him into the middle of the ground. Sorry, started at half back. And he is becoming a massive accumulator and a great player in this competition.
I was going to say sneaky even for the Morris medal, potentially.
He's got to beat Lee Masters and
that far.
a few others, as well as Jackson Wiedemann, another product out of Turvey Park. Has won a free kick here for North Albury. Got no options forward. Goes back to his mate here in Julian Hayes. Kennett's working hard for him into a pocket of space, but they haven't really cleared their zone here, North-Albury, still in defence. Moshe Thomas offers a lead. That's ignored. And Kennett's just going to play the percentages and Lukey go down the line.
He certainly does, Driscoll, and also Campbell. Oh, nice tap from Garland on to Butler. Look at that for a kick. High ball, a nice entry for the Panthers. Hannah had a crack at it. Then boring through is Cook, and he's wrapped up. And the umpire is going to have it. Okay, Saturday afternoon footy, O&M. Round 15 of 18 as the umpire sends it back up again. And then, well, working it was Hennessy tried to have a crack at it. And then Curley off to Alba's right foot. Didn't come off the boot all that well. Hit the belly of the ball. Cook went flying high. Ashley Cooper off to Gaffney. Gaffney, has he got it? He's missed it.
He should have kicked it.
Yeah, he's blown it. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket.
He just read it beautifully, didn't he? And ran into an open goal and just must have slid off the boot because he didn't have much room to play with. It was the whole goal. So, yeah, a big let off there. Would have been their 9th goal, the Panthers.
On the 40-wing stat sheet, Julian Hayes up to 6 disposals for this quarter, and Jackson Wiedemann is coming up for his 5th disposal as well. So they've been trying really hard for the Hoppers today to try and keep him propelled forward.
So 55 plays 7 in this third quarter. To the way the Lavington Panthers, it's becoming a pretty professional performance from them. And Cook marks, he just floated in there into the space and he's taken the grab 45 metres out on a slight angle. And he's putting together a couple of good weeks, the boy from Wollongong, Chris Mitchell, for the Newie.
Yeah, he's pretty exciting, isn't he? And obviously pretty good below his knees today. It's spent a fair bit of time on the deck, but yeah, you wouldn't count him out from kicking this one, probably about 45 on a bit of a slight angle.
So he's kicked 19 goals and he kicked a good bag against Cora as well. So he'll kick from every bit of 50 metres. He's got the distance. He really got the distance well.
Didn't he? What?
Yeah. Overcorrected, though. It's through for a point. 8-8-56 Lavy. North-Albury 1-1-7. 25 gone in this third quarter. We're doing it all for Agboss on O&M Live.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many players clear the fence from that distance today, Panther. That was a real hoof from Cook. Wiedemann, full-back, 25 short one. And he picks up Robertson in the 15 Guernsey, and then he wants Thomas, and he gets him. They're still inside defensive 50, though, the Hoppers. And there's a siren to bring three-quarter time here at the Lavington Sports Ground. And, well, the Panthers, they're out to a handy and game-winning break, you'd think now. 56-7. 8-8-56 plays 1-1-7 at the three-quarter time break here at the Lavington Sports Ground. This is 1494 2AY O&M Live. And remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
TAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
inspiring,
hands-on,
flexible, fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit. 0.0% alcohol? This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onward, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, But watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with Go TAFE.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY, we're your local.
O&M Live on 2AY.
Yeah, welcome back everyone to the Lavington Sports Ground. Final chapter is not far off getting underway here this afternoon between the Hoppers and the Panthers. Will cross down shortly to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. But Freaky, let's get a stats update, mate. What's the standouts for us?
Yeah, on the 40-wing stats sheet, Billy Glanville's the one. He's up to 21 disposals for the game. He and Julian Hayes for the Hoppers and Jackson Wiedemann have all had 21 disposals. They're the leading disposal getters on the 40-wing stats sheet. The inside 50s is where that tells the story of the tape in this game. 44 inside 50s to 25 shows the dominance that Lavie had in their forward half, and how shows how good that the Lavington defence has been when North-Albury have gone forward as well today. In their 25 opportunities, they just only have 2 scoring shots. So pretty good all-round game for the Panthers today. We'll quick look at the Optus quarters best for that quarter. We've got Billy Glanville. He had 9 disposals in that third term alone and kicked a goal. And Hamish Gilmore, I think, has tried really hard for the Panthers all day. And for the North Albury side, Flynn Gardner, I thought was really strong for them in that third quarter.
Brad Freak, thanks to 40 weeks. Let's cross down to Chris Mitchell. Thanks to the Newmarket Hotel, who's been doing an outstanding job for us.
Yeah, the umpires are giving North Albury a bit of a hurry up. Corey Lambert keeping them in the huddle at three-quarter time a little bit longer. The Panthers are ready to go, but I listened to Adam Schneider. He's very happy with the 1%ers and how they're playing out this game so far, the first 3 quarters. His goal for the last quarter is to keep them scoreless, so they want to tighten the screws. They expect the game to open up a little bit. One thing he did highlight was that chip kick into the forward 50 was working well rather than bombing it long, which was easy to defend. So we'll keep an eye out for that one.
There you go. We'll have to watch out for that one, Panda. Chris Mitchell just saying the Panthers wanting to lower their eyes as they go forward. Adam Schneider's happy with it.
Well, when the game's won and done, I like the fact that he's looking for mini wins, like let's keep them scoreless. And that's a sign of a good coach and a side that's going places as well. Like a look at the Lavington Panthers. They've got a good list and they're going to take some beating next year, I reckon, as the fourth quarter gets underway. Here on O&M Live for Bingley, Lavington 8-8-56 lead, North Albury 1-1-7. Archie Gardner, the young gungan, has battled hard all day, gets a clearing kick, but Hopper, who's putting together a very impressive season, takes the mark and he gives Lavington first chance to go and kick a goal. And Cook has floated in and taken another impressive mark. Has big Aidan Cook, who's looked very, very live today. Luke Francis, you're a fan.
He's had a great day, Panda. Yeah, he's been involved heavily, and that was a nice mark, and he'll have a shot here and be a great way to start the final term for the Panthers.
He's kicked 2 behind, so He'd love a sausage roll here. Aiden Cook. He'll kick from 40 metres out directly in front. And it's across the face of goal again. So make it 3 behinds for Aiden Cook. And Lavington 8-9, 57. Lead North-Albury by 50 points. 1-1-7. We've gone around a minute now on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. In this fourth quarter for Bingley, and here's Lukey Francis, one of the great voices on On Him Live.
Jackson Wiedemann, thumping kick from the fullback position, but it's going to be coming straight back through Sam Hopper. In it goes. Wiedemann will get another crack at it over the top of the pack with a big fist. O'Brien then goes back to Hargrave, gets onto that left foot. Nish and also Hannah. Well done, Nish.
Good body work.
Yeah, took the mark, wins it. Now there's a whistle. Oh, gee, I don't know if he
could have moved it a bit quicker, didn't he?
Yeah, that's it. And then it comes
Great
out
mark
to
there,
Flynn
well
Gardner.
Yeah. So Flynn Gardner, who's been pretty good today on a wing for North Albury, goes inboard and finds his captain Goody. And they've switched the footy effectively here, North Albury. Wiedemann still got Penny out wide, doesn't want to use him. Interesting. That's a thumping good kick. Why not use him? I mean, Bradbury's got out the back. And he's marked on centre wing. Good movement there by North Albury. That's their best player of the day.
Yeah. Coast to coast.
Yep. And Carter Norman, Sam Azai has marked from a great kick by Clay Mosher Thomas. And he'll line up, Chris, so you'd say 45 on a 45-degree angle?
Yeah, I don't think it'll trouble him too much, the distance, but a little bit of an angle to speak of. But they've loaded up in the forward 50, obviously, with McLean, Azai and Broomhead down there as well as Norman. So see if they can kick a few goals on the scoreboard in this last quarter.
That's certainly been their best player of the day, North Albury. And Sam Azai comes in. He doesn't get the distance. Flying high there was Carter Norman, and he's given away a free kick. He doesn't mind a leap. Carter hasn't been his day. And saying that, the ball probably hasn't been down there all that often. And it's a free kick here to Jack Harlan, who goes out towards the Velodrome side. And the Panthers lead by 50 points in this last quarter.
Yeah, Carter Norman just said, bugger this, I'm going to go for Mark of the Year.
Why
Try
not?
And liven this game up a little.
Try and win a car. Imagine if the O&M gave away a car, Freaky. What about that, hey?
I mean, yeah, you're talking. Nice. You could pick up one from the Wreckers, couldn't you? $500.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Then on to centre wing, and Hargrave has taken the mark. And now goes inboard to Hennessy, so the Panthers. Now, this is what Adam Schneider was talking about. Chris Mitchell let us know, but that one's intercepted by Wiedemann. And then ball at ground level. And now Goody goes in. Panthers over him. So they were trying to just chip it forward, looking for the short option, but picked off well by the Hoppers. And we'll have another stoppage, Blake Escott.
I want to go around the grounds very soon for Mr. Stowe's Poolwell, because there's an upset brewing at the WJ Finlay Oval, which Adam Schneider and the Lavington Panthers will absolutely love, as Julian Hayes brings away the footy, sends it in the Azai direction. He's got 2 to beat down there, Big Sam. Does well. Harlan for the Panthers, able to get a hand pass away to Bevan. They're just calmer in defence, aren't they, Lavington?
Yeah, don't panic at all, do they?
And I tell you what, Adam Schneider would be very happy with that. Nick Newton's got a beautiful right foot kick. He kicked it around 50 metres out from the defensive goal, but it's gone over the line for a throw-in.
Sean Driscoll was out there too by himself with Annette.
Brad Freak, what do you got for us?
Yeah, if we go around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Poolwell, that upset is definitely on the cards there, Panda. Wodonga Bulldogs up by 31 points against Wangaratta Rovers, 59-28. And in the other game between Wangaratta Magpies and Myrtleford, 5 points the Magpies lead.
And if I'm correct, only one tipster tipped Wodonga.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We won't name him.
No, it's pretty easy to work it out.
Okay.
Tipped with his heart, according to Freaky.
There you go.
I tell you what, he'll be smiling all the way back from Myrtleford as well.
Here we go. Ball centre loft. Look at the numbers around this pill. And then, well, the Hoppers through Thomas on to Hayes. He's got to try and get rid of it because Glanville's got him wrapped up. Umpire says, no, that's fine, I'll have it. So Campbell comes back onto the ground, replacing Robertson. Away we go again. Big knockout. And then a net. Got it. And then Broomhead, he's brought down, spills out, dispossessed. And the ball will go the way of the Panthers, and they'll win it through Curley.
I reckon every time Broomhead touched the ball today, they've really applied some fair bit of heat and pressure on Tim. Of course, the new coach. They've come out towards the true centre wing here, Lavington, but it's been chopped off by Jackson Wiedemann, who started this last quarter very good. He sends a long raking kick once again in that Azai direction, who's providing a target for him down there in the forward line, and they got a stoppage inside 50, 8-9, 57 Lavy, North-Albury 117 as we tick over towards the 6-minute mark in this last quarter for Bingley.
Yeah, it might be a stoppage-a-thon this final stanza here at the Lavington Sports Ground. Bradbury did well. Went on to Archie Gard, and now Thomas turns around, spears one into Broomhead. Yeah, that was nice.
Lowered his eyes, didn't he?
And Tim will have a shot by the time he makes contact with his Sharon, if he decides to. Will be right on the 50 arc to the scoreboard end. What do you reckon, boys?
Is this his second shot for the day, boys?
He can get onto them, though, can't he, Chris? If he...
Yeah, he's got the journey, I reckon, but yeah, it might test him.
That's it. So a question of probably accuracy, we reckon. Let's see what he can do, Tim. Here he goes, pops it up. Right to the line.
It's goal.
Yep, that's a beauty. That's a Sunjan goal of the day to Tim Broomhead. Great news during the week to see that man, a 37-game player from the Collingwood Magpies once upon a time, sign with the green and gold. And, well, he's picked up a beauty there as we go to Freaky on the 40-wing stats.
Yeah, Jackson Wiedemann's had 4 disposals in this last term for the North-Albury. Sam Hopper has had 3 early last term disposals for the Lavington Panthers. Inside 50s, 4 in favour of 4 to Hoppers, only 2 to Panthers in this last quarter, and they've been able to finally get that next goal on the scoreboard.
How many games did you say Tim Broomhead played, Lukey Francis?
37 for the Pies, Panda. What's happened here? Infringement. Oh, runner, is it?
Is it a runner infringement?
Square. Yeah, I reckon it was the little water girl just down there. Just didn't get out quick enough.
Well, there you go. Well, if you listen to Mayo McLeod this morning, he played about 100 games over 12 years on the all-rounders as Wiedemann kicks North-Albury inside 50. Good contest out the back from Azai. Here's a chance for Carter Norman. Goes with the old drop punt in the pocket. He's kicked it. Oh, that's a Sunjan goal of the day. Great finish from Carter Norman, his first, and the Hoppers have kicked the only 2 goals in this last quarter. So Adam Schneider, well, he wanted to keep them scoreless, Chris O, but they've gone bang, bang.
They have, yeah. He's thrown that out the window, the Hoppers. But, yeah, great finish there by Carter Norman. Not really tight angle on the boundary here in front of the scoreboard, but just slotted it beautifully. 2 in a row, 2 in a minute, boys.
Nice goal, Freaky.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, just see what the price of putting Sam Azai in that forward half there, definitely. Just getting that contest and bringing that ball to ground. And Carter Norman, who's obviously undersized down there, just licks his lips and be able to beautiful finish there from the pocket.
Yeah, Hoppers. 2 goals within a couple of minutes. Heading down towards O'Brien. Bradbury pushed him under the ball. Umpire said that was fine. Hennessy knocked it back to O'Brien. Got pulled off the pill. And then Hennessy goes again. And the Hoppers trying hard through Goody at ground level. Gaffney works his way back to O'Brien. And then Sharp tried to pick it up off the deck. Coming through Driscoll. Looked like he got pulled off the ball. And then it's at the bottom of the pack. The umpire says, give it to me. No, comes its way out again. And now Nish. Oh, big hit.
Yeah, they're not happy with Panthers either.
It might be Nick Newton, is it?
That's an ultimate fasteners tough nut of the day there by Hennessy, who got crunched.
Didn't he? What?
He's going to get up, but he's a bit sore, and the Panthers are remonstrating, as you would.
I think, yeah, well, it was borderline, wasn't it? I don't think it was.
I don't think there was really a lot of it. It was just late. It was just a late hit.
It was just that half. Yeah.
It wasn't high. Like it was just late, and he drilled him. He lined him up, and Braden Maynard him, I reckon, Freaky.
I'm loving all these little throwbacks to Braden Maynard. Keep him up all day. But yeah, he saw him come from a mile away, and just that little bit too late there by Grady, and fair enough for a free kick.
And Darcy Hennessy has a chance to respond for the Panthers. In this final term, they'll try and pick up their first major of the last, and they do. So that's their 9th of the game, and that's 2 for Darcy. So the Panthers, after that late one, get one to the Hannah Street. And as we go back down to you, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, a quick reply there for the Panthers, even if it was courtesy of a free kick. But, yeah, you've got to take your hat off to the Hoppers. They haven't stopped trying all day, have they? But working a little bit more in their favour in this last quarter, as they're keeping the ball in their 50 a little bit more, as I was making them walk a little bit taller.
Around the grounds for Mr. Stove's pool, as Panda touched on, I think might be all over down at the WAJ Finlay Oval. 37 points up, Wodonga Bulldogs, 65 to 28 there. Be halfway through the last quarter, and I just have to try and find an updated score for the other game, as it seems the app for that game isn't working at the moment.
So Archie Gardner back in the middle of the ground. Windsor clearance onto Penny, and now onto Isaac Campbell. He has to go back to Broomhead. Able to get a hand pass out and farms it out towards Campbell. Hand passes onto Boothie, and he dangerously goes back in towards the middle of the ground here and gives the Panthers an opening.
They had to retreat, didn't they? But they were under all sorts of pressure. Great pressure by Lavington all day today.
So we got a ball up in the middle of the ground. 9-9-63. Lavy, North-Albury, 3-1-19. 10 minutes gone in this last quarter. We're doing it all thanks to Bing Lee.
Yep, we certainly are. Great sponsors here of O&M Live, 1494 2AY. Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak, Blake Scott and Luke Francis. We hope you've enjoyed the afternoon, wherever you may be. Saturday afternoon footy. As round 15 continues, ball wrapped up. And again, we'll have another stoppage.
Tell you what, the umpire's going to get RSI from throwing the ball up today.
There he is.
Biceps will be sore.
My goodness gracious. Have a look at the pictures here on O&M Live, Panda, that Brad Freaks just showed me. I know this isn't great radio, but have a look at the conditions up at Myrtleford. Unbelievable. If you get a chance to have a look at that, everyone. The other game this afternoon on our sister station. Now, this is a free kick, going to Archie Gardner.
Yeah, he copped one high, did Archie Gardner. So he's got it, a true centre-half forward. Campbell leads for him, ignores that. Robertson is in a pocket of space. He was there for an hour, was Joel Robertson, and he's marked it too far out for him. You'd say every bit of 45 metres on a 45-degree angle, and I do urge you, if you've got a phone or a computer in front of you, to jump on the O&M Live Facebook page, go to the link for the Myrtleford-Wangaratta game, and it is good old-fashioned 1960s mud heap out there at the McNamara Reserve. So is it Broomhead? I think it was Broomhead.
Yeah, Broomhead.
So it wasn't Joel Robertson, it was Tim Broomhead. He's kicked his second goal from an identical position to the last one. So Tim Broomhead's kicked a Sunjan goal today, contender. His two, and he's bobbed up for a couple of majors in this last quarter, Brad Freak.
Yeah, absolutely. He's had probably a quieter day, Tim. The conditions today haven't really suited him. 3 disposals in this last quarter for 2 goals, so high impact for his disposals. Archie Gardner's one, a young fellow, as we touched on, has been a rising star the last month, really trying hard for the Hoppers here. He's up to 5 disposals in this last quarter, so he's really fighting out the game for him. Jackson Wiedemann, as we touched on, keeps fighting all day. He's had 5 disposals as well in this last term.
I reckon Schneider would be pretty annoyed with this last quarter, do you reckon, Lukey?
Yeah, I think that's fair, Panda, because the Hoppers, they've hit the scoreboard with 3 majors in this final term. We're only at the halfway mark, aren't we, Blake? So, yeah.
Percentage is so important at the moment, isn't it? And they could have, filled their boots if they would have kicked 3 or 4 goals in this last quarter.
That's it. Here's Ben Ashley Cooper going forward. Ball over the back of Curley. Now Cook picks it up off the ground. Onto Jack Driscoll. Left foot snap round the body. Not enough. Hands on the line and goes through for one behind to the Hannah Street end. So almost gone 13.5 on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. 64 plays 25 on the Border Carpet scoreboard. Here's Blake Escott from McRae Motors.
So our panel op, Matt Griffith, who of course does great work with the long lunch on 2AY. He has just text through, holy something, the conditions in Myrtleford. I won't repeat what he said, but we're not joking. It is a mud heat up there at the McNamara Reserve as Adam Butler wins the ball back for the Panthers in the middle of the ground. That's a big old-fashioned torpedo punt. Out the back here is Glanville. Is it Glanville?
Curley.
Or is it Curley? Curley snapped a major. So that's his 3rd goal, Jack. And a big finish there by the Lavington Panthers. That torp from Adam Butler sailed 65 metres and Curley ran onto it and kicked through a Sunjan goal today, Chriso.
Yeah, great torp there by Butler. He was really probably centre wing, wasn't he, when he kicked it? But, they just couldn't bring him down to ground. So another goal there by the Panthers. But, they've had 20 scoring shots to 5, so no surprises there in front.
If we have a look at the netball and Ray White rural netball update from today, Lavington were too good for North-Albury by 2 goals, 42-40. Myrtleford were defeated by Wangaratta Magpies by 24 goals, 55-31. And the Wodonga Bulldogs getting a victory for the first time in about 3 or 4 years in the A-grade netball, 45-32.
Yeah, good on them. Fantastic effort. Jack Curley, the leading goal scorer for today with 3 majors. Brennan after it, got brought down. And then the Hoppers, just a wayward hand pass. And the ball has gone out of bounds on the arc of the 50, far side. Starting to get a little dark here, guys, of a Lavington Sports Ground.
Turn them on.
Yeah, very close to Panda, aren't we?
Yep, turn them on, I reckon.
Run down and flick the switch. Here we go again. Ball back into play. Hannah down for left hand. Gilmore. I'm going to old-fashioned shove in the back from
He's not going to
Goody.
get a free kick, though.
No, he's not.
Put a bit of mayo on it.
I think the umpire was almost over it, isn't he?
So we've got a boundary throw in, 60 metres around from North-Albury's goal. That was a beautiful deft tap there by Tim Hannah. I'll tell you what, Lukey, you're right. It actually is getting quite hard to see out there.
Yeah.
As some clouds roll in over the Lavington Sports Ground. It's been pretty off and on in terms of rain all day. Tim Hannah, he just punched that one straight into the lap of Wiedemann. Left foot kick, and Norman, well, he let out brilliantly, and he's taken a sliding mark on ground level, and he's going to line up for his second goal in this last quarter. 10-10-70 Lavy, North-Albury 4-1-25 on the Border Carpet scoreboard. You like the look of Carter Norman, do you, Freaky?
Yeah, I do. Pretty lively down there for the Hoppers. Got something to work with. As we touched on, if he had another big, taller forward around him, he'd be really dangerous, similar to Ethan Redcliffe for mine.
He has to take probably the number one defender every week, and he's probably a third tall. That kick isn't great. It's a wobbly old one off the side of the boot. Doesn't make the distance. Campbell, Isaac for North-Albury. Goes in, hand pass it back to Boothie. He's got options in board. It's Julian Hayes. Not a common goal kicker off the side of the boot. Showing why he's a defender is Julian, and it goes over the line. Out of bounds on the full. Probably had, well, it was good actually, pressure there by Lavington because he looked like he had a bit more time, Chriso, but they charged him down beautifully.
Yeah, they closed the space pretty quick, but he just didn't get the pointy end of the footy, and that boomerang, not something they practiced down in the Hopperland, I'm guessing, in defence.
Yeah, it was a wild kick, wasn't it? Marsh, defensive 50 for the Panthers on their home deck, and they'll get the premiership points this afternoon. So important to them. A net. So they come inboard about 20 metres. Still on that arc, though. And Chris just puts a high sort of dump kick down the line. Oh, Hoppers went up. And then Sean Driscoll read it beautifully. Down the line to Cook. He's played good footy today. Spilt the mark.
Jumped a bit early.
Ball out of bounds right as centre wing. And we will have a boundary throw in. Freaky, give us the inside 50s, mate, for the final turn, thanks to 40 winks.
Yeah, the ball's really lived in North-Albury's for half of the ground. 8 inside 50s to 5 in this final term. As you touched on before, Panda, I don't think Adam Schneider, the coach, would be pretty happy about that, considering what Chris I heard him say at three-quarter time by trying to keep him scoreless in this last term.
Boys, I reckon having a look at the ladder here, I reckon Lavington are going to be in the top 5 at the end of this day.
Yeah.
What's the difference now at Wodonga?
I'll just find that score for you,
Well,
Chris.
they're 6 and a bit % behind, so I reckon they might jump the Wangaratta Rovers. Speaking of jumping, Norman out the back, couldn't take it for the Hoppers. They're inside forward 50. Pattinson's over this footy. And if you are just joining us, Lavington 10-10-70 over North-Albury 4-1-25 deep into this last quarter. We're doing it all thanks to Bing Lee, and I reckon Lavington are going to be in the 5, boys. If they're going to win this game, and then, well, it just depends on how much damage is done at the WJ Finlay Oval, Freaky, between the Rovers and the Dogs.
Yeah, currently it's 37 points down there in that game, but the Dogs are leading thereby. So you think there's a good chance that they might be able to jump into the top 5 remarkably this late into the season.
Yeah, the Panthers, aren't they going to be professional pests in the run home? Just an absolute nuisance. Yeah, they're really finishing off the season well. So a net with the ball now for the black, teal and white.
Massive fortnight for them, isn't it? They got Albury and the Wangaratta Magpies, and I think the Rovers have North-Albury and a few others as well. So it's going to be a very interesting last 3 games, isn't it, lads?
It's huge. Yeah, it really is.
Next week against Albury's massive, isn't it? If they win that, they're probably nearly guaranteed the top 5 spot.
And you'll catch it all here on O&M Live with our core team. And this afternoon, you're with Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak, Blake Escott, and Luke Francis on 1494 2AY.
So the run home for the Wangaratta Rovers, they got Coral Rutherglen, North-Albury, and then they finish up against the Albury Tigers. So a very important 3 weeks for them. And Lavington, they got an important run home as well. Gilmore in the middle of the ground. Annett just throws it on the boot. It's going to work out here for North-Albury, and Flynn Gardner pops one over the top to Ramage. He's got an option short in front of him. It's Campbell. He marks it half forward. Gives it off to the running man, Gardner. Deep inside entry here for North-Albury. Broomhead, roving and goaling. Tim Broomhead has kicked 3 goals in this last quarter, And that is the Sunjan goal today as well. So
Sure.
Timmy has bobbed up and kicked 3. 5-1-31 North-Albury. Lavington 10-10-70. Chris Mitchell for the Newie.
Showed all his AFL class then. He just read the play beautifully. The ball was bobbing around and he just ran in and said, I've got this, clean as a whistle, and just dribbled one through straight in front. Never looked like missing once he got the footy.
5 disposals in the last quarter for Tim Broomhead for 3 goals. So he's been very efficient when the ball's going 50 forward. A couple of goals with set shots for him from around about 50 metres in wet conditions like this. We've seen plenty of blokes have shots from that far today and not be able to make the distance. So really running the game out, the newly appointed coach for the Hoppers.
Chris, what's going on down there with Hamish Gilmore? He looked very aggressive running off the bench there. I reckon he gave the old-fashioned bird to somebody.
I didn't see that. I'm not going to go and ask him, Panda.
No.
Yeah, he certainly did. He was having words with someone.
That,
yeah, I did.
And
it wasn't a you, Panda, which I'm happy with, but you're absolutely correct. Marsh, and then Butler, and then Annette, and then back to Marsh. Panthers, nice kick onto Glanville, and did well to make it. So the anytime fitness player of the day, of course, that'll be coming up post-game. Wonder who that'll be. Bradshaw. Billy Glanville's going to feature in it. He'll go close, and then Wiedemann try to get Boothie, Hopper, then Boothie back to Hopper. So ball ricocheting, and then Harlan tried to pick it up. Broomhead will get another here. He's about to stroll in and get his 4th for the term in the game, and he has got it. There you go, hey? So the Hoppers just struggling to hit the scoreboard all day, and in the final term, they banged through a few freaky.
Yeah, absolutely. See, Panda, we saw Lee Williams kick 6 1/4 last week. Do you reckon Timmy's got enough time left in the clock to be able to get 6 this one?
Well, he's kicked 4 goals in this last quarter, unbelievably, and we were saying it probably wasn't his day at three-quarter time, wasn't it? But now he's bobbed up, and he's the leading goal kicker on the ground.
Well, Schneider said the game was going to open up, but it's opened up in North Albury's favour, and Broomhead's capitalised.
There you go. Panda, what price at three-quarter time, as you've just mentioned, what do you got about Tim Broomhead being the leading goal kicker on the ground?
I would have liked to have chucked a sneaky fiver on it. Let's just say that. It would have been a good payout.
It's truth.
So back in the middle of the ground. So 10-10-70 Lavington. North Albury 6-1-37. So they've banged on 5 goals in this last quarter, North Albury. And I tell you what, I reckon you're going to have to give maybe 5 or 10 minutes just to settle down a little bit after this game, Chris, when you go and have a chat with him, because I don't reckon
he won't be happy.
He'll be too happy at all. So the ball's on true centre wing, Velodrome side. Garland hands it off to the left foot of Hennessy. He goes down the line. Tom Sharp in front of Cook, couldn't mark. Goody slides in for the Hoppers, hand pass it to Kennett, and he gives it away to Robertson.
He does, and then turns it over to Hopper. Right of centre wing, far side. So Sam with the ball, the 29 Guernsey. We've gone 23 minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. In the final term, 70 plays 37 on the Border Carpet scoreboard. Panthers up. As O'Brien wheels around and thumps it forward. Look at that. Looking for Hannah at the front. Niche just spoiled him. And then, Wiedemann had a crack at it. Robinson too also. And the ball has gone across the line as we head back down to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, it's obviously pretty quiet down here at the moment. Not too many rotations. All the Panthers boys are sitting on the bench. Tim Sanson's the only one standing up. But, they won't be happy with this last quarter, letting the Hoppers kick 5 goals. But looks like they're going to get one again here, the Panthers.
Jake O'Brien has roved a beautiful tap from Timmy Hanna, and he's kicked through a Sunjan goal today as Jake O'Brien. His first, but he's had a pretty quiet day, has he, Jake O'Brien?
Yeah, he's only had the 15 disposals for today and kicked the goal. He was a bit busier in the first half, been pretty quiet in this second half. Jake O'Brien, but now hit the scoreboard there. If we go around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Pool World, in the mud heap, which is Myrtleford, I don't think I've seen footy conditions like that for a very, very long time. I'd say Wayne Magpies are up by 7 points in the 23-minute mark, and I'd say it's game over because the way that ball's moving, I don't think the Myrtleford will be able to score twice in that game. And in the other game at the moment, the big upset between Wodonga Bulldogs and Wangaratta Rovers, Dogs are now up by nearly, 45 points in that game.
Yeah, it looks like a 70s or 80s game from Moorabbin or the Western Oval. That went up at Myrtleford. Unreal. So, mud wrestling. Now, Boothie out to Archie Gardner, Norman. We try to play for the free kick, ball at ground level, Glanville, then out to Hopper, so the Panthers do well. They mop up, but this is going to be turned over. McLean's taken the mark, so he's about 60 out from home in the green and gold. And he's going to thump it back in. High ball. Look at the players launch for this. Well, at the front was Azai. Off the ground. Has he got it? I reckon he has. Yep, it's a goal. And that is a Sunjan goal of the day in the last term. And, well, there you go. They get another. The Hoppers. And as Blake Escott said, Adam Schneider will not be happy with a defensive effort in the final turn, Chris Mitchell.
No, he certainly won't be. Very opportunistic, that one off the ground there. Obviously using the conditions to keep sliding through for another goal, but that's their sixth for the quarter. Clearly won the quarter, the Hoppers, but it's going to hurt their percentage a little bit, Lavington, if they do go in the 5 or not.
13 inside 50s to 7 in this last quarter for 6 goals for North-Albury in their favour. They've been outstanding. I mean, we talked at half-time and earlier in the game. They had plenty of opportunities, just couldn't hit the scoreboard, and it's coming in a real flurry in this last term.
I love Sam Azai forward in this last half, and it's good reward for his efforts today. That was a nice lunging sort of soccer finish, wasn't it, Freaky?
I like it, Panda, because it says to me that North-Albury are willing to lose this game by a lot more and trying to win it, which is a great attitude to have.
So he obviously, started his career at North-Albury as a forward and has swung back into defence. He can play both ends of the ground as Sean Driscoll wins it with pace, runs inside 50 for the Panthers, shallow entry, and Grady Nish with a nice defensive mark on Tim Hanna, who I reckon can hold his head pretty high today, Grady Nish.
Yeah,
He's done very, very well. He clears it out towards Will McLean, up against Hopper. Ball spills to Bradbury. His hand pass, Miss Hayes. Driscoll ran in there. And we're going to have a ball up just forward to centre here for Lavington. So 76 plays 43. It's broken open in this last quarter. Tim Broomhead has kicked 4 goals if you're just joining us in this last quarter. The Hoppers have 6 and the Panthers have 3. But it's going to be a big, important win here for Lavington on R&M Live.
Yeah, it certainly will be. I'll get the premiership points in round 15 as we work towards the final siren. Gilmore, Glanville again, and then right boot snapping back. How many for Billy Glanville now? 40 winks.
25.
Good on you, Freaky. And Hennessy, beautiful left foot around the body. And that is a Sunjan goal of the day. So the Panthers get another. And Darcy, how many's that now, Freaky? 3.
Yeah, 3 goals for Darcy Hennedy. Beautiful goal there. Just read the ball brilliantly. Nice real snap around the corner in these wet conditions. It was outstanding work.
Beautiful. Yeah, well done, Chris Mitchell. That would have been good to watch from your level.
Yeah, it's a beautiful boomerang there by Hennessy. 3, obviously, for the game. But, Glanville just keeps continuing to rack up the posies too, doesn't he? And, he set that one up beautifully.
Certainly did. Last term brought to you by Bing Lee. As we go back into the middle, here's Blake Escott for McRae Motors.
So that was a great finish from Darcy Hennessy, who's got something to work with. He's a lively type. As the siren goes here at the Lavington Sports Ground, those players are absolutely buggered, it's fair to say. And it's a big win here to Lavington, who are probably going to be in the 5 at the end of this round. 12-10-82, Lavy lead North-Albury 7-1-43. As the siren goes here at the Lavington Sports Ground. Chriso, you need something to go down there and award the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day with our big sign, Chriso. So I'm going to bring that one down to you, mate, if you like.
Geez, you're just a gentleman, aren't you, Panda?
I am a gentleman, but a big, important win to Lavington, Luke and Brad.
Absolutely, yeah, no doubt about that, Panthers. So the Lavington Panthers came into this contest this afternoon as the hot favourites to get the job done. And, well, after an arm wrestle all day, they've come away handy winners, 12-10-82 to the North-Albury Hoppers, 7-1-43. Brad Freak, just simply too good in the end.
Yeah, they were. They had too much class for too long of the game, Lukey, I would have thought. Obviously, that last quarter, Tim Broomhead kicked a beautiful 4 goals. And the Hoppers really got some momentum, but for the 3 quarters leading up to that, it is clear that Lavington were the better side today. They were able to hit the scoreboard more regularly. We said earlier in the game, North-Albury had their chances, but just couldn't take their opportunities.
Yeah.
And obviously, with that last quarter, it shows that they can match it up to some of these sides up the ladder, which should give them plenty of confidence going forward for the last 3 games of the season. So hats off to them. But Lavington, as we say, they're just too strong today and well led by Billy Glanville. I'm not too sure who Chriso is going to be going for the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day, but few candidates out there, I would have thought, Lukey.
Yeah, tough job today, Freaky, no doubt about that. And Chris Mitchell is trying to pluck out a player now. He's on ground level. We'll cross down very shortly to Chris for the Newmarket Hotel. What about Panther? Fantastic work from him. As we know, Freaky, you can't make your way down the stairs at the moment with that Achilles injury of yours. But
no,
we've got Chris Mitchell, and it looks like Billy Glanville has picked up the Anytime Player Fitness Player of the Day again. Let's go down to you, Mitchie.
Well, he's getting a bit of stick, saying that every week, I think, his opponents. But, Billy, you're a fantastic mate for 4 quarters and in really tough conditions. But great win by your boys, set up early.
Yeah, no, it was good. Obviously, pretty low scoring at the start of the game, just a bit of a slog, just trying to get it forward. But once we sort of were able to dry it up a bit, we were able to play our footy a bit more and open up a little bit, which is good.
Schneids wouldn't be too happy with that last quarter, letting out the Hoppers put 6 goals on. Broom had a bit of a field day, but obviously the win was already done. There's probably a few junk goals, but what will his message be after the game?
Yeah, it's probably a little bit disappointing. Obviously, the way the ladder is, the percentage for us means a fair bit, so we're trying to keep them to a low score, but yeah, they got away a little bit in the end, which is a bit disappointing, but take a win.
You'll be happy to know Wodonga had a big win against the Rovers, mate, so you could be in the 5. That would be a nice feeling after this one.
Yeah, no, that's unreal, so yeah, that's good.
And, mate, as we walk off the ground, I'll get a quick picture, actually, but with the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. But, yeah, you guys must be pretty happy with your form. But yourself, you even mentioned in Morris Medal contention today.
I don't know about that. No, it's just happy to be here with the boys and playing footy again. And, yeah, it's been a good year so far, so hopefully keep it going.
Thanks, Billy. Enjoy the win, mate.
Look at Chris. He's doing all things down there. He's a one-man band.
The players love this, don't they? I mean, he's standing there with the Anytime Fitness sign, and he is absolutely copping it as well by the Lavington Panther boys. They're all standing around having a look at Big Billy, who must be loving that out there. But he is an absolute star. Tell us a little bit about him, Luke. I mean, you may have watched him a little bit over the past couple of years at Turvey Park, and it seems to be a bit of a breeding ground. I mean, he could definitely go down the path of Jackson Wiedemann and be playing VFL footy if he continues this sort of form.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Panther. Yeah, Turvey Park best and fairest last year and just a real goer. I'd like to ask him at some stage what his instructions were this afternoon, what Adam Schneider actually said to him. Does he let him play with a free rein, how he lets him roam? Because he can cover so many positions, can't he, Frick? He's just a utility with so much upside. And as Panda said, you nearly got to take him to the VFL, don't you?
Yeah, he's so versatile, as you say. As Panda touched on in the broadcast, they started him in half-back and then thought, no, he's too valuable for us in the middle of the ground, so he's gone there. But he could easily push up to a high half-forward, play full forward role. But I think the middle of the ground's where they're getting their best value out of him. You see today, obviously, another 26 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet and just keeps rolling on his form that he has every week.
What price for the Morris Medal? Like, Chris Mitchell just brings him up. He's got to be a dark horse, hasn't he? Well, I reckon he'd be a $20 chance on the night.
You're right.
Put up a market, but
he would be at long odds to pinch it.
Yeah.
But he's got so many other contenders. I mean, there's so many players who have had good seasons. We're just losing Chris Mitchell, who's gone down below us here at the Lavington Sports Ground to go and get the song. But we'll see if we can pick him up just a little bit, who's gone into the rooms to try and pick up the Panther song. If you are just joining us, it was a big win to Lavington over Nth-Albury today here on R&M Live. But he is putting together an impressive season.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if it'll be Morris Medal sort of stuff. But anyway, I don't mind it, Luke. You don't mind those roughies.
I reckon he'll jag some votes, Panda. Don't worry about that. Freaky, did you bump the heater up again in here?
He did.
He did.
Did I?
Yeah.
I've got to put some sun cream on and some zinc on my nose, I think. Freaky?
Oh, sorry about that, boys, but it gets a bit cold just sitting here. But
yeah, well, you're actually next to that half-open window too, I suppose.
All right, well, we're going to go to a break because Chris Mitchell has gone into the rooms and the coverage is just a little bit scratchy for us here at the Lavington Sports Ground. Lavington fans, you'll be very happy to know you might just well be in the 5 in the next, well, you might be in it right now as the Lavington Panthers have recorded a big win over Nth-Albury. The Rovers have gone down to Wodonga at the WJ Finlay Oval. Hope you've been enjoying the action. Plenty more to come after this. We'll be catching up with the coaches of either team. A big win to the Panthers, and on R&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Motive is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit. 0.0% alcohol? This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onward, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with Go TAFE.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care!
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY. We're your local.